Starting a couple minutes early. Let's see what we can do. Speakers. There we go. Alright. You know what? Let's start with the 2017 Psychic Sasquatch Conference presentation. Why not?
Okay, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed the break and got a chance to check out some of the vendors. They'll be around all weekend though.
Oh man,
some
the
of the
vendors?
good stuff may
I want
not
Psychic
be.
Sasquatch lore.
Okay, so now Kiwoni Lapseritis will be giving his talk on interdimensionalism, the real secret to the Sasquatch ET phenomena.
Kiwoni. Oh
Okay.
shit, am I a little too
So
loud?
I'll let him, I'm sure everybody here knows who Kiwoni is. Of course, the author of...
I'm sure everyone here knows who Kiwoni is. Ooh, Cracker Barrel, very nice.
Sasquatch and the Sasquatch people, and
we'll do the Psychic
none of us
Sasquatch
would be here
shit
today
first,
if it wasn't
then.
for him. So, yeah.
He is the godfather of the Psychic Sasquatch community.
Okay.
Oops. Why is Ashtar all the way out in the middle of the screen?
Glad you're all here.
Go over here, Ashtar.
You know, it's been 61 years that I've been doing Sasquatch research.
Oh.
And
I'm sure you have no
38 of those years,
bias.
They've been talking to me. And the first encounter is when an ET and a Sasquatch talk to me simultaneously.
What? Wait, we need to keep notes. Wait, we need to keep fucking notes on what is happening.
Which was in east central Wisconsin at the time. So all this time, many people had referred to me as the Sasquatch Whisperer.
Okay.
And I don't really seek out titles or anything. I'm just doing the work and wanting to share the reality, the truth, and stop this monster hunting and this kind of nonsense by mainstream researchers that have never advanced one iota in the last 60 years. They just haven't done anything with all the DNA and everything. And when they do DNA, like on hair, they don't believe.
Okay, we talked about this with Jackson a while back, but fucking nowhere. So I don't think that is true, because the same people that sequenced the Sasquatch genetics for these guys are the same people that sequenced the genetics of rocks for Roger Spur and told him that it was human DNA in a rock. It's just a rock. So I don't know what his problem is. Wait a minute. Why am I dropping frames here? Right. So unless you just had Sasquatch DNA that you're like, yes, I know this is Sasquatch, you can't sequence your fucking Sasquatch.
Believe the results because it isn't what they believe. Well, this has nothing to do with belief. It has to do with myself experienced over 1,000 times since 1979, plus the documentation of 408 recipients that have had telepathic contact.
You mean
with
participants?
The psychic Sasquatch. 3 of them were physicians, 1 was an attorney, 3 were college professors, and 2 were scientists. And then people from all walks of life.
Not a specific kind of scientist, just scientists.
William James said it takes only one white
Batman
crow
is a
to prove that all
scientist.
crows are not black.
Wait a minute. Has Batman met Sasquatch? Man. Batman has not met Sasquatch.
Well,
That's very upsetting.
Analogously speaking, I have 408 white crows. So I'm not sure how many more I need to get people's attention that the Sasquatch are an evolved people living inside of an animal-like body in order to survive in raw nature.
Okay.
There's so much controversy going on out there of who they are and if they're dangerous, and they're cannibals, and they'll do all kinds of crazy things. And this is, a lot of it's rumor, and a lot of it is from history. In
Sasquatch
the
is a cannibal?
humans on this planet have exercised cannibalism over the years. But it'd be really difficult to find a tribe somewhere in the South Pacific, because I don't believe there is any anymore, because they stopped all that. And but no one is cursing out humans and saying stay away from the humans because, hey, look, historically they ate people.
Wait, what do you?
And I'm sure.
Wait, are we looking at these? Corny.
I lived on the Amazon.
Okay, let's get into this.
Takuna Indians.
Also, I want to know what this flag
is. A place called the Upper Rio Loretta Yaku, and they have a Sasquatch.
Is that the Sasquatch sexual flag? Because if it is, I will make it my banner on Twitter. Fuck, I'll make it my banner on fucking Twitch too.
They don't know what's going on. They don't have Bigfoot clubs and those kinds of things. You know, so they just tell the truth.
Knowledge is knowing that Sasquatch exists.
You can't
Wisdom is wanting to fuck Sasquatch.
So even though they give you all this information, when you interview them, it cannot be trusted. Well, how many times, you know, I'm a social scientist with 4 degrees, and I look for patterns.
What are your degrees in, Kuani?
The pattern is that there's a psychic Sasquatch with a UFO connection. And because it sounds kooky to some people, especially initially, it's dismissed. And
please
guess
tell
what?
me you're
I did
correct.
the same thing in 1975 when I just happened to pick up a magazine in a store, a UFO magazine that I hadn't seen in years. And
Gay Squatch?
I just casually picked it up, and there were 2 articles in there on Sasquatch. But people were speculating. Nobody had experienced them. They were just speculating and saying this person thought they saw this and that and so on. Well, none of the people I interviewed thought anything other than...
I like this one.
They were emotional, very emotional, telling me what their experiences were. And after them coming to me over 1,000
I'm fully
times,
familiar with the gay Sasquatch erotica. You don't have to tell me.
I know what I'm talking about and know what I'm experiencing. So as a social scientist, I sort of backed away from mainstream science because they're in left field a great deal of the time, and I cannot trust their work. So there's some areas that can be trusted, but certainly in terms of anthropology, they need a body.
How many people are here at the Sasquatch conference?
I'm convinced that the government
30?
has a few
maybe
bodies
40?
of Sasquatch because they've
There's
been
a merch
working with
stand over there.
A negative type of ET that has given them a limited amount of technology.
Now I really want to know what this is and these.
The Sasquatch.
Can we zoom in? Wait. Can I use the magic of OBS to zoom in? The magic of OBS. Zoom. Enhance. Okay, one more zoom. Zoom. All right, do you see the Sasquatch? Are they there for you? Do you see them? I think this is a rock. This is a gap in the trees. This is trees. That's about it. Now let me put everything back now that I've gone fucked everything up. This is your fault, Kuani. There we go. Yeah, but that's most likely pareidolia.
Lower lords that are really from the dark side. And so years ago, the more spiritual, and spirituality being respect for all living things, went to many leaders and appeared in their room and talked to them. They told me this, but
Sasquatch will show up in your bedroom.
It's sort of like capitalism has almost become a political cancer where it's spread all over and everybody wants a bunch of materialism, and their egos all of a sudden become a part of that. They merge those two. So if somebody loses something, it's a tragedy. If somebody scratched their car or something, it's a big tragedy.
It's inconvenient.
I'm not into that kind of thing, and neither are the Sasquatch people. They're interested in what's in your heart.
Sasquatch people.
So
they just care about your heart.
We're going through a tremendous stage.
That reminds me of the line from the Sasquatch Message to Humanity, which we listened to the audiobook version of many times. But the audiobook the audiobook of the Sasquatch Message to Humanity states that due to Sasquatch having an oversoul, so all Sasquatches have their own souls, but they share a connection to this like esoteric oversoul, so they can all share connections with each other. Due to their connection to the Squatch oversoul, anytime you mention or talk about Sasquatch, he can hear you. All of the Sasquatches can hear you. And if you say something mean about them, it hurts their soul.
In the history of
that
the planet,
is how the
where the planet's dying, and as they say in Revelations,
he honestly would be better off being a jazz musician teacher.
Well,
he's giving
what?
this is
Kiwani
Lapsaritis, and he's at the Psychic Sasquatch Conference.
The Sasquatch are trying to connect and are connecting with more and more spiritual people. A lot of them through me, because of different people that I meet.
Through me.
And then
I am
the Sasquatch following me will start.
Special boy.
Deem this person responsible and with a high enough vibration.
The Psychic Sasquatch Conference. That is correct.
The way they
We're taking notes. This is a conference.
During the time of Lemuria and Atlantis. And these are not folklore civilizations.
Okay.
They tell me they're very, very real. They've told other people the same thing, that they exist. When divers went down in the outside of the Bahamas and found all these square blocks of stone at the bottom of the ocean, science says no, it's not. It's nothing. It's just a natural formation.
It's not Lemuria.
But in nature, everything is round. There is no squares.
That's not true. Salt crystals are perfectly square. There are a lot of things that actually form perfectly square in nature. I have a big fucking. I have a piece of pyrite, fool's gold, over in my little gem case over here, and it has formed a perfect cube because of the way that this material forms in nature. So, no, not everything in nature is round. Lots and lots of different kinds of rocks form in something called a crystal habit. Here, let me show you. Crystal habits. Crystal habits are cube, anticular, tetrahedral. Like, these are all shapes that occur in nature. Well, I don't know that I agree with that. However, look at this prismatic fucking crystal habit. You have those weird pipes that occur in that one place in China, where everybody's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you, Drunken Zeppelin. But no, he's completely wrong. Not everything in nature is round.
No, there are no rectangles in nature.
Well, we are
And so,
aliens. There
why
are.
don't they get
I
out and
just made
find
the
out
case
instead
that
of
there's
being an
rectangles
armchair
in nature.
theorist, and stop the nonsense of spreading rumors that aren't true, but
Kiwani.
he's the head of the anthropology department
Rocks are
or
square.
psychology,
I'm
so he
sorry.
must know when they don't know. There's many anthropologists won't even leave to come out and look at tracks if you found tracks. They'll say, oh no, they're fake. No,
Yes,
he's
square
fake.
rocks
That
are
scientist is a
extremely
fake
common because many
he's not following the
kinds of
protocol
rock
a
have a
scientist, which says
cubic
you go out
crystal
and
habit.
you investigate.
I
and then
have
you
one in arm's
analyze
reach,
and
but it's
so
like
on
behind
in order to
another
find out
thing, and
really
I don't
what
want to
it
open the
is.
crystal case.
So these people are not doing their job while they're pointing
Oh
a
my
crooked
God, I
finger
almost fit
at others.
fucking sups
So
out of my
how can I
nose.
trust
Stop the
science if they're
nonsense,
doing
says
that?
the
So
Sasquatch
at least
psychic
that aspect of
scientist.
it, I don't. So
Okay, actually, I just really want to show you guys this crystal now. I'm gonna get the crystal out. Okay, this one's really cool because okay, look, you can see it's literally still in the rock it was forming in, but it is a perfect cube. It's so cool. I bought this for like $25. It's so fucking cool. I love rocks. Oh man, and you can even see like the different way that the... No, it's too sharp for that. Yeah, it's just a pyrite cube. I love it. I love pyrite. I am a rocks. I rock.
they started telepathing to me 38 years.
Stop the bullshit. So then they started telepathing to me 38 years
So,
ago.
of course, it's changed my life. I thought it was a one-time deal. You know, I said, well, I'll never tell anybody, that's for sure. The whole world knows now.
The whole world knows now.
2 days later,
We need to put that in our notes. Why? Guys, I'm dropping frames like a fucking madman. You know what? Give me 1 sec. I'm going to end the stream for 5 seconds and jump off my proxy, and I will be right back. There we go. How's that? Give me them frames. Give me all the frames, motherfuckers. Okay. You might need to reload the page. Okay. Alright, we're holding steady. We are not losing any frames. Alright, let's back into
they
it.
woke me up in my bedroom, and there were 2 Sasquatch standing there, but I could see through them. They were living apparitions.
There we go.
And
Okay,
they
we're
would talk
good.
to me.
We're golden.
Then a few nights later, a different one came. And
Okay,
so on.
sorry
Then
about that, but it's way
those
more
others
stable
came
now.
Back, and they did this for
I need to remember
close
to turn off my
close to 2
my
months,
proxy network before I
visiting
get
me
to
wake me up
streaming.
at night, and so I could see through them. And one of them, the largest one, drifted down through the floor, and his face was 3 feet from my face.
What the
So I
fuck?
could see him very clearly, and when I moved, his pupils of his eyes were moving back and forth. So he was.
Okay, so Sasquatch can
you
float.
could see every wrinkle in his face. And,
Sasquatch
he
can
frowned
Danny Phantom through the floor.
when I rolled over to position myself better in bed. He turned like this, and he frowned, and almost like in a defensive kind of way. Even though if I didn't, but if I reached out, my hand would go right through him. If he reached out to me, he'd be able to touch me physically.
Oh.
Because I look at it this way: we're physical dense, they're physical etheric.
What
meaning
does
they're
that mean,
multidimensional.
Kiwani? Oh, you're going to tell me what that means. Okay.
They
They're
told me
multidimensional.
back in July of 1985 that they
All right,
have
I'll put that
access
in the
to 8
notes.
different dimensions.
Sasquatch is an
I got enough
8
problems in this dimension. I don't know
dimensional
what they're doing, but they're very evolved beings.
Very evolved.
So they
You're
started
right.
talking to me, and I naively shared a lot of my
I mean,
information.
I used to get a lot of like sleep paralysis and like, just weird shit happening when I would go to sleep when I was a kid, but I kind of figured that was because when I was a kid I had really bad insomnia. So like when you never ever get any sleep and then you try to go to sleep, you just have like terrifying sleep paralysis. And that's normal, but like I don't know, man. This guy's on some other shit.
Initially with
This almost
mainstream
sounds like
researchers
an
thinking,
abductee
boy, they're going
experience.
to want to know this. This
Ooh,
is
I have hiccups
wow.
now.
This is a big revelation. They laughed at me. These are professional people.
Big revelation.
They just don't. Some of them don't have a brain, I guess, that to make fun of other people's research, laugh at them right to their face.
The people who don't believe that Sasquatch phased into my room. I mean, however you want to put it, what he's saying is that Sasquatch is Danny Phantom. Sasquatch is Danny Phantom. He can walk through walls, disappear, and fly. That's just true. Like, that's exactly what he's saying. Sasquatch is Danny Phantom. He can be physical or he can be etheric. He can disappear. He can become apparent. He can be semi-transparent. He can fly. Oh, dude, I would absolutely buy like a crazy sci-fi adventure starring like a psychic Sasquatch. I would read it on stream for you guys. I would absolutely do that. In fact, he probably has books out. He probably does have books out. And I don't really like doing reading streams because I have to talk so much. Oh my god, thebigfootportal.com. Thebigfootportal.com. Alright. Holistic health consultant, master herbalist, and master dowser with background in anthropology, psychology, conservation, and holistic health. This is what we're here for. Kiwani Lapsaritas has researched Sasquatch for 60 years. There's a UFO connection. There are 3 separate races of Sasquatch on the North American continent. The ape-like ones, the dog-faced ones, and the ancient ones with a human face. Guys. Wait. Oh my god. Guys, tomorrow he's having Bigfoot Friday on YouTube. Oh my god. Guys, tomorrow he's having Bigfoot Friday at 10 p.m. I'm gonna be home by 10 p.m., guys. Do you guys want to attend his Bigfoot Friday together on stream? Can we? I think we're going to. Yet another is the use of telepathy/mindspeak to communicate with the Sasquatch people. There are but a few of the many ideas Kiwani has introduced to the study. His wife Kelly. Kiwani and Kelly. His web pages. SasquatchPeople.com. Thank you. Oh, thank you. PsychicSasquatch.com. I'm so excited to visit these. Look at this book cover. Wait. Guys, this is my Sasquatch emote. Wait, is he crying? Oh my god, is this Sasquatch crying? I need this in higher resolution. I need this in higher resolution. Please. Please, please, please. Someone. No, you can't have it in 300. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at him. He's beautiful. I love him. The psychic Sasquatch. We're gonna keep that for now. Oh boy. Oh. Here we go. BigfootEvidence.blogsphere.com. Yo, what? Alright, we need to watch this one. He's so beefy. I love him. Fuck, the video's unavailable. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is another one of his book covers. No way. No fucking way. No wonder. Oh my god. Remember when I just said the Sasquatch message to humanity? Fucking Kiwani wrote that. Well, that's not true. Sunbow True Brother wrote that. And so through Sasquatch Elder Camus. However, and two more. Kiwani Lapsaritas wrote the foreword. Oh my god. That is why I identified tropes from the Sasquatch mess. There's a book 2. Oh dear god, there is a book 3. Oh my god. The saga fucking continues, boys. This is absolutely wild. Of course you only have it in 120 fucking... Oh. Interdimensional teachings from our elders. The conclusion of the Sasquatch message to humanity. Well, that was a fucking lie. Earth ambassadors cooperate. Look at this, the flying saucer. And the Sasquatch receiving an apple from the human woman who absolutely wants Sasquatch's dick. Co-authored by several Sasquatch communicators as received by various Sasquatch elders. The introduction is by Sunbow. Oh god, look at all these fucking people. Thinking back, it's hard to believe that I've been conducting Sasquatch research. The author's thinly veiled fetish. Exactly. That's exactly what this is. For 62 years now, and my life has profoundly changed because of it. The communication started 4 decades ago when a friendly ET and Sasquatch man telepathed to me in the Wisconsin countryside. Oh no, he lives in the US. I was hoping he was in like Australia or Canada or something. At this time, I didn't know that I would be the first scientist / Sasquatch researcher to discover that the forest beings... I, honestly, if it was this easy to milk fucking money out of Amazon, I should have done this a long time ago. All these years, I've received nothing but kindness and compassion from my Sasquatch friends. They now refer to my wife Kelly, my son, and myself as family. Over the years while conducting my fieldwork, I never carried a gun or camera that would have intimidated them in any way or attempted to exploit them as others have tried to do. Also, I would have never been able... I've never collected any actual physical evidence over 62 years. In time, they learned to trust me, and presently the Sasquatch people monitor me and my travels 24/7. That's not trusting you. Presently, the sentient Sasquatch are reaching out to those people who are awakening spiritually and desire guidance from their ancient wisdom. In making that connection, it often changes people's lives. The Giant's message is one of peace, honor, and unconditional love. Yeah, they watch me while I wank. They do. And Sasquatch actually reaches out his intangible etheric hand and grabs your dick for you. But you can't feel it because it's intangible. And he helps you. He helps you just a little bit, spiritually. I'm on a tangent. The ultimate stranger. Fuck. The Giant's message is one of peace, honor, and unconditional love. It's important to let go of all negative thinking, such as fear, anger, violence, greed, in exchange for unconditional love, trust, and respect. guys, it's all just love and light over here with the Sasquatch people. Like, it's all just, like, free love. Yeah, no, the blowjob ghost was Sasquatch. That's true. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Alright. We got these. We can listen to the audiobook of this, because those are actually out. But, oh my god, I can't. No, don't tell me PsychicSasquatch.com isn't still up. Don't you dare tell me PsychicSasquatch.com is not still working. Oh, look it. Here he is. He could blow Sasquatch standing up almost. Almost. Maybe if Sasquatch was wearing some shoes and he wasn't. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, here we go. Indy 5's Lifting the Cosmic Veil Conference, Part 2. There's his wife, Kelly. Emma Louise Living Soul. And then you got Brad. You can't see him but you just got Brad over here. There he is. That's Brad.
I want to briefly introduce our next speakers. We have Kiwoni and Kelly Lapsaritis here from Washington State.
I'm gonna grab a big old pitcher of water. I'll be right back. Oh, I don't doubt that they're all on drugs. If they're not on drugs, there's something seriously wrong with them.
Both to share. I published one of Kelly's articles on N5D, and so you can go on N5D and type in her name and read about how she has been healing her autistic son with zeolite and some other alternative methods. It's very interesting, and I highly recommend that you read that. We also did a show together on the Cosmic Awakening show. You can find that on N5D's YouTube channel and my YouTube channel. Okay, so they both have very many years of experience with paranormal as well as the holistic health remedies, as I mentioned. And they'll be sharing some awesome information. Please welcome Kelly and Kiwani.
It does. It does sound that way.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Kiwarni.
Just a brief introduction.
Ah, shit, I forgot to tweet out a stream announcement.
Let
me do that real quick.
Master herbalist, master doubter. Done a lot of work over the years.
God, I'm gonna drink so much water tonight. Recover from all that drinking. Yeah. What if he turns out to have some sort of like degenerative fucking neural disease that makes him think he's spiritually communicating with Sasquatch, and then they name it after him? Do you think that that is likely? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It gives you like a really weird mound. Learning about the true powers and intentions of our sacred 8th dimensional brother species, #Sasquatch. The inflammation is Sasquatch. It's just like a really furry fucking lump on your body. And it's not operable. It can't be removed. #Sasquatch. Come join us. #Love and Light. #5D girlfriend. Twitch.tv/The Conspirasphere. There we go. Yeah, the blue snowball. Everybody loves the blue snowball. I think actually I remark on that? I think I did actually. All right. Shit. Don't turn this off. Just turn this to here. Open. No. Okie dokie. Oh, the mic in this vid. How can you fucking tell it's in 1080p or 2040p?
I've been doing the Sasquatch Bigfoot research for 61 years now.
Okay, so now we know where we are in the timeline.
It started out not what I thought anyway. It was very very different than what got me started. In the late
Are you... Oh my god, are you fucking joking? That's so funny.
1940s, a British journalist.
I love that. Even the microphone is fucking Sasquatch.
What do you think of
I
Western
love that.
civilization? And Donnie looked at him and said, and I quote, "I think it would be a good idea." Now,
Yeah.
the Sasquatch people
Yeah, that's the exact
and
fucking
the friendly
microphone.
ETs are saying,
That's terrible.
I think it would
That's
be a
fucking
good idea
terrible. Do you
that we
think
start growing up
they
spiritually
bought that
and
for the Sasquatch
emotionally because
Spirit
time
Conference
is
because
time.
of the name?
There's wars everywhere happening and about to happen. The environment is being destroyed to a point where the humans are at the top of the endangered species list. So our government is not running the government for the people. They're doing things apparently for
I'm sorry,
themselves. And many
the
other
government is
governments
not
do
running
too.
things?
Not paying attention to
Sasquatches?
what's
Is
going
that
on.
what we're getting at here?
But why is that important? Because the Sasquatch and the ETs have been monitoring all this. And people said, oh, are they going to step in and help and or save us or whatever? And I've been told by them that they have to simply monitor because they
Sasquatch.
emphasized early on during my contact with them, which has been 38 years now that they first came to me, both ETs and Sasquatch.
Sasquatch is
This is
monitoring the
an
government.
area that they talked about karma, and they said that it was if they were to help us and just step in and take over, then our karma would become their karma, even in a group karma situation. So,
What?
Sasquatch talked about it, and the ETs. It's interesting. I'm also a trained hypnotherapist, and
I'm also a trained
was at a dinner
hypnotherapist.
party one night with several people, and they started talking about past lives, and they asked me if I've ever done any of that. And I said, I've done a lot of past life regressions for people and so forth. And so it was a big discussion there.
No, Sasquatch is
Morning,
watching the
recently-
Illuminati. And they can't step in because if they take down the Illuminati for us, then our karma becomes their karma. And they don't want that because that's like co-signing a loan for somebody with like really shitty credit that you know can't pay it back.
They were very pleased that you're talking about karma and learning that aspect because it's extremely important. And and then he chuckled, and I said, well, why are you chuckling? And he said, well, you say, well, I was this in a past life, or I was that. When really, the soul weaves in and out of bodies in a spiral way, or maybe like this, spiraling down, but spiraling up. So they said it's really all one life. And right now, we're just living one small aspect of it. Boy, I can't see the big picture, and they haven't said at this point, but
Okay, so
it's a pretty
Sasquatch
fascinating situation to get this additional knowledge to
is the
understand
master of
who
the
we are and
process
where we're
of
going.
reincarnation?
I asked a Sasquatch back in 1985 if he was the missing link that scientists talk about, just to see what he'd say. And he laughed. And he said, no, he says, you people are the missing link. You don't know where you come from or where you're going. But he was still serious about it.
Buddha is
In September
actually Sasquatch.
1979,
Hashtag
I was,
confirmed.
At the time, a assistant director of a Native American agency, urban Indian agency, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was working part-time as a hypnotherapist and had been doing a series of lectures at the Medical College of Wisconsin. So I was very ill-prepared for all this psychic stuff.
What?
Now,
So basically, he's just taking, like, everything, every spiritual practice, every conspiracy, and just being like, Sasquatch was there. He saw
I
it.
was out with some friends, Native American friends, on some property that they had just purchased. And I went on my own for a walk, and Sasquatch started telepathically speaking to me.
Okay.
And every time I thought, where the heck is, what's going on? Where is he there? And he said, oh, I'm right here. And he'd start talking. And I realized every time I was thinking, he was telepathically talking to me because he could hear everything, all my thoughts. So
So Sasquatch can hear all your thoughts. Anytime you start thinking, Sasquatch answers your thoughts, and he's always all around you. Buddy, that's just fucking schizophrenia. That's just schizophrenia.
We spoke, but then I wasn't afraid, not at all, but I was really confused. So I left and got away from him.
Just like how with QAnon, the answer to every conspiracy was just Donald Trump. With Kiwani, the answer to every conspiracy theory is just Sasquatch. It's exactly what it is. It's these fucking meta conspiracies that try to explain everything with one fucking thing that never work out. And you know what the other thing is? They always give you a fucking date. They always say, oh, it's gonna happen this time, this date. And then when it doesn't, they backpedal and they go, oh, well, our sources weren't 100% correct. They were concealing it so that, you know, we could do a sneak attack. Like, it's just like, they can never admit when they were wrong, because that would break the illusion and they lose all their fucking people that give them money. So it's like, you just have to keep upping the ante and pushing the date back every single time. And so I bet we're going to, at some point in this presentation, get to him talking about when the ETs are going to come and, like, teach us true love and life.
All this stuff went on, and I just...
Yeah, exactly. That's my problem. They try to connect everything to one fucking thing, and it just doesn't work that way. You know, reptilian alien shapeshifters and Sasquatch don't have to have backstory together. Their lores don't have to connect. It's fine.
I wasn't sleepy or half awake. When they talk to you, their energy is so powerful that your head's clear as soon as they start talking. So I thought, oh my God, somebody broke into the apartment and they're just being funny. I didn't know. So I rolled over and there's this being standing there.
Oh my God.
A living apparition. I could see through him, and yet I could see every wrinkle on his face.
Okay, he's literally using the exact same wording from the previous conference.
And so on. And so I knew
this is rehearsed.
They're interdimensional, like I thought, but I had no proof and never said anything. And so...
How does that tell you that they're interdimensional, though?
So many days or a week or two would go by, they'd stop again. I said, oh, I hadn't seen you in a while. I said, yes, I was gone. And so forth. There are people just like us. But to see one is, I've seen them 9 times.
Fuck, I want to go out into the middle of the forest and open my third eye and see a bunch of Sasquatches. I mean, I'd get missing 411, so I don't actually want to go out into the forest, but I absolutely do want to meet a Sasquatch. The other thing... Okay, this is a bit of a tangent, but the other thing that I really want to do is, once I get a house, I want to... Because Australia, oh my God, I like that. So there's 2 things that I really want to do. I want to go into the forest, meet Sasquatch, and like, have a Sasquatch adventure. That's what I want to do. The other thing that I really want to do is I want to, once I own a above ground home, because right now I own a basement condo and it's not great. But once I have my own backyard and shit, I want to set up like a crow sanctuary where I just like feed crows and ravens, and in exchange they bring me shit. I just want to be friends with a whole like murder of crows, and I think that would be really fun. So that's unrelated to Sasquatch, but I really want that as part of my, part of my home. Yeah, but cats won't, like, steal dollar bills from people and bring them to me, but crows will. I don't like cats. I'm also allergic to cats. They make me congested. Which sucks, because my parents had 2 cats the whole time I was growing up.
College professors and 2 were scientists, and then people from all walks of life.
So I had to be on this weird experimental allergy medicine, which was recalled. I was part of the trial group for it, and it had me and my cousin both were, and it had to be recalled because it made us fucking crazy suicidal. That was great. That was exciting.
how far we
my
have to
cousin
go
tried to
to
throw
evolve.
herself out of a first-story
Now, out of
window,
this
so like not even very
199,
high,
17%
but
of
she
ETs
tried to throw
or
herself
UFO
out of a window
associations at the
when
same
she
time.
was
Some of the
like
time, there were either
12,
1, 2, or
maybe
3,
11,
beings with the
and they were
Sasquatch.
just like, oh well,
And
we're gonna take
at
her off that
times,
medication.
other beings would start coming to me, to my wife Kelly, to other contactees out there that are having these experiences. And I've seen 7 different races of ETs. Kelly, I think,
What?
9 or 10 different races. She was
Kaiser, why?
People
Why?
think you have to be
What's the
connected
fucking
to the
difference
middle of the
between
field and
New
the
Zealand and
roads around and
Australia?
these experiences, but they come right into
Why
the
would they
houses,
want you to-
talk, or sometimes it's just a voice. But
Oh.
everything behind that voice.
I love
you
flat
feel,
earthers,
so you
dude.
know
They're
who
so
it is.
fucking wild.
I try to explain this. It's like if somebody went in a house and it's cold weather, real cold out, and they sat in a chair and they heard a fan go on and then felt heat come to them. You would turn around and jump up and say, "What's going on?" Which is, "Oh, I don't even have to look at it. You know it is." Or if it's a hot day and the air conditioner comes on and start, well, you know what it is. You don't have to turn around and try to say, "What brand is it?" or "What's going on here?" And it's the same with ETs and Sasquatch. They send their fingerprints,
Sasquatch.
so you understand who is there. Wherever I move, they're there waiting.
Oh.
It doesn't make any difference. But I
Why would
didn't know all this
Australia
was
be
gonna happen.
radioactive?
I simply wanted the truth out. So I didn't want rewards. I was so naive that my first book that I wrote.
I don't want rewards. Buy my book. Buy all 5 of my books.
The Psychic Sasquatch and the UFO connection. I thought I'd just write it and it goes out and that's the end of it. And I can go fishing or something, you know. But this is the 99th conference and gathering I've been to, and I think it's been something like 480 television and radio talk shows. We do a lot of
Wow.
talk shows. So
I bet you
getting
do
this
a lot of
information
talk
out
shows,
is
buddy.
extremely important because once you discover that the Sasquatch are really evolved ETs, I mean they are 100 times more evolved than we are,
Okay.
and they're more human than we are.
They're
Don't go around murdering.
Sasquatch is more human than we are. But Sasquatch. I would buy that actually.
each other.
Oh,
They
I
don't
would
stop
buy
wars.
that,
They don't destroy
unfortunately.
the environment that sustains them. So who's smarter here, us or them? So, back in 1987, I had a ruptured disc.
Okay.
And every doctor I went to said this is the worst case of a ruptured disc I've ever seen.
Okay.
You need surgery. You know, there wasn't any kind of surgery.
So he has a ruptured disc. His back is fucked up. He's saying that they're more civilized than us, not more human. Because Sasquatch is all love and light. Okay, so he has a fucked up back. What do you think he's gonna do? Is he going to go to the doctor, get surgery, and then, do physical therapy and recover? Is he going to tell Sasquatch that he's having back problems, and Sasquatch is going to, beam soul energy into him? Or are aliens somehow going to get involved? Or do we think... Yeah, do we think he's going to do some sort of Sasquatch healing ritual himself that they taught him, and that's how he's going to fix his back?
That could help me, I felt, and being a healthcare professional, I don't just look.
How are you all of these things? You're not a healthcare professional, a registered hypnotist, an anthropologist, a fucking... You can't be everything.
The doctor, I take care of things myself. I couldn't do anything. The pain was unbelievable. I was in a wheelchair.
He is Barbie. He's an astronaut.
Pain kept me up.
He was in a wheelchair.
Friends and neighbors came over to bring food and do my laundry. But I just laid in bed. If I moved, I was just in excruciating pain. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10 and a half.
He's just a really, really ugly Johnny Sins. Oh no, that's the... I want, like, a Johnny Sins action figure set that comes with every, like, porno intro action outfit that he's ever had. I want that. I want it.
Then I tried everything I could. And the last doctor I talked to said the same thing. Gee, this is the worst case of a ruptured disc I've ever seen in 30 years.
Okay.
And he said, we'll put you down for surgery on Thursday. I said,
Let me Google that on my side monitor while we learn what he did.
I'm not going to be experimenting on it. As a matter of fact, I have a good day, and I'm going to. And he said, look, I'll write out a prescription for painkillers, but I guarantee you in 10 days...
No, there's only Johnny Silverhand action
I don't know why I said this,
action
but I said,
figures.
Doctor, you'll never see me again. And I really
Oh,
saw
Kaiser,
it.
you didn't have to do that. In fact, I would have preferred that you didn't. Alright, I'm gonna go get a clean shot glass.
The next day, I started thinking, and I was living in a cottage in the Oregon foothills of the Oregon.
Yeah, Danny D is really funny.
Why, I don't know, but on a UFO flight line. So
take this back to the kitchen, take this back to the kitchen, take this back to the kitchen, throw these out, take this back to the kitchen. Oh god, guys, the fucking debris of these previous streams is just on my desk right out of sight. You don't even understand how bad this is. Okay, throw these out, take this, hit play.
I've had people come and they, oh no, that could be, and they see 2 or 3 in a night, okay, it was for real. One dematerialized, of course. Now, I started telepathing to it. I'm laying there, what am I going to do? I don't see any options other than taking a risk, maybe that I still never walk again. Maybe the pain will be gone, but I'd be recovered. I've always kept in good shape and was backpacking with a 110-pound backpack. It was average when I went into the wilderness for several weeks. Anyhow, I continued to telepath for 2 days. 2 days. And at the end of the second day, I just broke down and wept and wept. The pain was so bad, I was frustrated, no answers, nothing, and I just gave up. So a few hours later, it was time to go to sleep, and I reached over to shut the light off in bed, and immediately I heard the shuffling behind me, and I tried to turn around as best I could, and there's 3 little 4.5-foot beings with suicide. And they said, we have come to heal you. And I said, thank you, God bless you. And yeah, I mean, what do you say? The people that want to
The joke, I couldn't hear it.
help you. So in a little while
What did he
later,
say?
They put me out instantly. And then I heard in my head a strange voice that sounded something like, so whatever. It really was all together like that. And it woke me up, and when I woke up,
I
looked around,
fucking
and
love
then
Loping.
3 little guys were around me.
I absolutely love Loping. He's so fucking funny. He's a fucking bitch, though, because he won't follow me on Twitch, or on Twitter, even though he constantly retweets me. Constantly fucking retweets me. Anytime I respond to one of his horny posts with my own thirst, he immediately retweets me. And I call him a coward for not following me. But he doesn't acknowledge it. One day he retweeted me like 5 fucking times, and I was like, damn, Panda, this is your like 5th retweet and still no follow? What more can I do? Be my mutual, you stupid gay fuck.
Maybe it was a Sasquatch invisible. But I looked around, and there they were, and I looked up at the one with some kind of a cylindrical object there, whatever he was doing, and I just said, oh, it's only you guys. I love you.
Oh, I've also been in his DMs sending him fucking Bowser porn, because who hasn't, honestly?
I love you, and God bless you. And so these beings, healed me, and they never
Alright,
even asked me if I had
cheers to
insurance.
gay pandas.
But the next morning, I woke up 10.5 hours later, completely
What?
rested, and 0 pain. I couldn't believe it.
Man.
I thought they were going to heal me.
See,
a little here.
that's the thing. I'm never gonna, like, try to get nudes from anybody off Twitter or anything, just because I have a boyfriend. And if it ever came up, he'd be very upset. He's a very jealous, controlling man, and it kind of... I kind of agree that goes against the spirit of being monogamous when you're, like, flirting with other dudes online.
I didn't know.
I can agree that that's not a good thing to do.
I sat at the edge of the bed giggling
But
while I was praying.
damn,
Thank
no,
God.
we haven't
I was back
gotten
and forth, and I
pandas.
sat there for
We haven't
15
gotten
minutes
pandas dick
so I could
pics
walk
yet.
to the bathroom this time. But I noticed that I had a short
He did
slide,
say he'll post balls when he
they
hits
gave me
20K
something
subscribers,
to
though, so
work
that's
on
exciting.
To make sure it's completely healed, and they did.
That is exciting.
2 or 3 weeks later, I went to visit a friend of mine on a 1,000-acre ranch that he had.
And the minute,
maybe once a month.
the minute Panda posts his balls, I'm going to take this here picture of Ashtar, and I'm going to take the head of Ashtar, and I'm going to, like, shrink his balls down, put them sideways, and put them, I'll put them right over Ashtar's face. Because I can actually use Windows 3D Paint to selectively remove shit from this image. Honestly, Microsoft, like, Windows Paint 3D is such a good fucking program. So I can just take that out, put that over a picture of his balls, cut them out, and then paste them on top of Ashtar's face. And then we'll have Hunky Panda Balls Ashtar. It'll be great.
Well, I realized I didn't have, it was a Friday afternoon, and I didn't have the money. And there's no ATMs, and I have to...
Are we still on the thing about his back?
I rushed into the bank, they closed at 5. And I realized it was 7 minutes to 5, so I'm sprinting down the street, right? I come to the corner, and just as I did, I looked on the cross.
It looks clunky, but once you figure out, like, the thing that you need from it, which is just the magic layer maker, it's so fucking easy.
Like this, looking down, pointing to my legs, and his mouth was open, but nothing was coming out. And I just looked at him and said, "Have a nice day, doctor," and I jogged across the street to the bank. So you know, they've been helping. The reason they help, they said, because I'm helping them as a go-between to get this information.
So,
in my 2
I'm sorry, who healed his back? We were talking about Panda, but...
The author Sunbow, my wife Kelly and I...
Sunbow, oh my god.
Contributed to it and made sure that this got published. It's called the Sasquatch Message to Humanity.
Oh my
It's
god.
what they want the world to know right now. These things are important, not chasing a Sasquatch or all that juvenile stuff, you know, the monster. A part of what I do is trying to demonsterize them, and that's important.
But I like them being
Let me get started
monsters.
on some of this because my wife is going to be speaking soon.
That's what makes them hot.
Yeah, one of the times, I'm going to add before I start the slides, is that when I was in Wisconsin, I met someone who had some powerful experiences with the Sasquatch.
Okay.
He told me where some other people are having lots of them, where they'd come into a garden and help themselves to cucumbers. There were 5 of them, and there were 2 little ones, a little one and a juvenile among the 5.
So, like, are you leaving cucumbers out and Sasquatch is just, like, taking them because you're giving them to him? Or are you growing cucumbers and Sasquatch was fucking... I am in the Monster Fucker gang. Actually, we were doing a Monster of the Week campaign, and I chose the Monster Fucker class. So
I went out to check this out, and I interviewed the people and talked with them and so on, and they, you know, kind of scared in a way they want their name out there. And I always told them, some people said it's okay to use my name, but anyway, out of respect, of course,
Sasquatch eats cucumbers, I guess.
But I did ask them.
We don't know if he steals them or if he's gifted
Sasquatch
them.
out here talked to me, and he said that on Tuesday night, that between 12 and 1 in the morning, there's going to be a spaceship landing, and they'll be dropping off, you know, some of his people, he said. So I thanked him and so forth, and then told these people that, and I said, so don't tell anyone, you know. I said, oh no, they told everyone.
So, Sasquatch schedules alien ships to drop them as transit? What? Sasquatch likes cucumbers. What's going on?
It's a very positive thing because 11 people in 2 cars following each other were driving the backcountry going about 20 miles an hour during that time frame. And they went around a curve in the forest, and there was a field there, and sitting in the field was a spaceship. A classic. He
has to be having, like, weird Sasquatch orgies, right? Like, he's just not telling us.
Immediately raised up and took off. When it went up straight up, it just disappeared that fast.
He's just
Then
not
the second
telling
car
us, but
pulling
he
in beside
absolutely
the first car
is.
stopped, pulling in beside the second one. The headlights of the car shined in the field, and there was a 9 to 10 foot Sasquatch walking through the woods. 11 witnesses. I mean, I have a lot of witnesses, but this was 11 altogether. So how are you going to, I interviewed each one separately, but how are you going to dismiss something like that? Well, the mainstream conservative researchers that are after tracks and hair and so on, I got all that stuff early on, I don't care about it. That's all they're interested in. Communication in this world, communication is falling apart. You can't.
So, when you meet a Sasquatch, you don't take hair samples or get tracks because you just don't care about that? Even though that would... Like, if you got hair from a Sasquatch and pictures of Sasquatch and, like, got that tested and it came back as no known animal, and, like, if you're saying that Sasquatch is an alien, an 8th dimensional spirit alien, then, well, obviously empiricism is conservative because he's a fucking weird hippie scientist. It's all about what you can feel, man. But, like, okay, so if you're a real scientist, right, and someone hands you the fur of an 8th dimensional Sasquatch and asks you to sequence the DNA, they probably don't even have DNA, right? Like, that's probably not even hair. It's probably held together by some sort of crazy quantum spirit magic that would revolutionize everything, because you would look at it and you'd be like, we literally cannot tell you what this is. This is not an element from our fucking dimension. If these things are from the 8th dimension, it would be that easy to prove. Right. So if you can compare that hair to everything else that exists, and you can notice, like, this is not even made out of elements from our fucking universe. Organic Sasquatch hair tampons. Dude, his wife has to be way past menopause by now. Like, you can't tell me that wouldn't revolutionize science and make everyone believe that you met an 8th dimensional Sasquatch. But no, he won't do that because he can't do that. Keep in mind, I want you guys to know that I believe in Sasquatch. I believe that there are some sort of species of undiscovered ape out there that are, like, probably pretty smart, and they keep hidden and they bury their dead, and we have not found a body. Like, I can believe that. That is moderately believable to me. That is, like, when we go back to the way that we talk about worldviews, right? How consensus reality, baseline reality right now, 0 steps away from the accepted mainstream, like, talking point of Sasquatch doesn't exist, it's all a hoax. 1 step outside is just Sasquatch is real, but it's just an undiscovered animal species, and that's it. You know? Like, that's not that radical of a belief when you think about it, you know? And then, you know, the next step outside of that box is Sasquatch is real, it's an undiscovered animal, and also they're pretty smart. And then you get to the point where it's like, and also they're spiritual telepathic beings from the 8th dimension. That's when you start getting like 7 or 8 steps away from baseline reality, and you start sounding like a complete fucking nutjob to anyone who you're talking to. And that's where this guy's at.
Can't help but compare it to our culture. So got more flaws than you realize, even though this is a great country and we've done a lot. But this warlike thing is not good, and that's what they're emphasizing. Okay.
Yeah, like we have
real
recordings of Sasquatch noises. Yeah, there's something big and beefy out there, you know.
This is their magazine. This is their newspaper kind of thing. This is what they want. The Indians felt that was important to.
There's something out there, and it's big, it's strong, it's hairy, it leaves big tracks, and it doesn't want to interact with humans. It doesn't also have psychic alien powers and get dropped off by flying saucers and heal your spine injuries. It doesn't do that.
Like
I'm
a man with
sorry,
beard,
Kuwani.
doesn't look like an ape or anything like that. But look at the hair all over his body. That's incredible. Well,
Or it's a guy wearing
everywhere
skins.
on a lot of
There's
t-shirts
also
and
mushrooms
stuff,
growing out of its back. Are you going to say that Sasquatch now has mushrooms growing out of its back?
all over. Well, why would they have that? Why don't they have, St. Christopher's? Well, because they literally.
I
walked
feel like
among
I've
them,
seen that as
some
a
of these
skit
villages
somewhere,
trying to
Drunken
help
Zeppelin.
people. One of the things
Also,
they
I
did
could
actually,
totally beat Sasquatch at
in
Yu-Gi-Oh!
a village, I don't know
Or
if it was in
Magic the
France or
Gathering.
Germany, I can't remember, but
Sasquatch would play mono
8-foot,
green
39-foot being
Stompy,
that
and I would
befriended
play
and
like
helped that
blue
village
white
back
control, and I'd
maybe
win.
in 15 or 1600s, they made him the chief of the village because he was helping them. So they used to mingle with us years and years
Unless,
ago.
well,
They were
obviously
against-
Sasquatch is powered by love and light, so he has the power of friendship at all times wherever he goes. So in order to counter that, I would have to have like supreme fucking Yu-Gi-Oh villain energy,
Especially because the planet's dying.
which obviously I would achieve by simply
So
putting
these
on
are
a
all
wig.
over. This is an ancient one. This is not Sasquatch. Okay.
My millennium item would be some sort of
He has a round head
crystal.
like us. His arms are in proportion to his body like us, because they said that they were brought here and bioengineered.
Sasquatch's
millions of
millennium
years ago
cock
by
ring
their
versus my millennium
friends,
butt
the
plug.
Sarpent. That's how they became being. And they said they were seated. And I said, you were seated? They said, yes, long before your people were seated. So coming from a Darwinian perspective, I had a hard time with that.
We're still playing we're still
Right
playing
now,
Magic the
my
Gathering
friend
though, but we
sent
just
me
have millennium
back
items.
to the 12th planet a month after that happened, even though he didn't know that I had that experience. So that's starting to clear things up because it's scientifically based. These fluid forms that.
It's scientifically based. That's better than regular based, I tell you what.
6,000 years old and have the complete. Planet,
Jesus
Planet
Christ.
Earth is all the sun and all the different planets exactly where they should be. One scientist took this to an astronomer and they put it into a computer and they backtracked it all the way to that year. That's
Oh, they backtracked
all of
it.
The planets were in the position they should have been in. Wait a minute, how did they do that? They didn't do that. The gods that came down did that. The ETs.
Scientifically based.
So the Sasquatch have conical heads, their arms down to their knees, face like a gorilla, but don't be fooled. They're more human than we are, and they are very evolved, and they won't hurt
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
No matter what.
I
mean,
think
if I shoot them, well,
that's
if I
actually
shoot
a
them, I
theory
can
that
hit
other
them,
people
but
have already put out, Kaiserk. So basically,
this just gives you an idea.
Sasquatch is really stupid. Let me see if I can find... Sasquatch is really dumb. Ooh, we might want to watch this. No, we're not going to watch this. That guy looks annoying. No. Essentially, Mysterious Universe, they run a podcast out of Australia, and they have a fucking meme where Sasquatch is just the dumbest thing alive. Like, they had this one story of like these aliens, like these gray aliens that came out of this spaceship, and they're repairing their ship, and there's like this levitating black box, and the aliens are like, "Don't touch the big levitating black box, Sasquatch, don't do it." And Sasquatch fucking wanders over to it and touches it, and it just shocks the shit out of him because he's just the dumbest fucking thing. He has an IQ of like 25. He just does whatever he wants.
This is 17 inches long, the track. And
We also have a story of Sasquatch steals laundry. Bigfoot stole my laundry. A Connecticut woman who said that a black helicopter landed in her yard and a Bigfoot jumped out, messed up her yard and stole her clothes hanging on the line to dry. The creature quickly climbed back into the helicopter and took off. As strange as it sounds, I've heard even weirder reports. Let's see. Now, there is another. So, this is from Philip Imbrigo's 2010 book, Files from the Edge, right? There is a follow-up story. There is a follow-up story from the same town on an unrelated report where someone reported seeing Sasquatch running through the town wearing a woman's bra and stockings. I wish I was lying. So yes, Bigfoot wears clothes. C. Edward Green and his wife were driving home from along Lake Avenue when they saw a strange figure walking beside the road. He was walking bent over like a gorilla, Green recalled, not long after in the interview with Source. But not on all fours. He wore black pants that were cut or torn off at the knees, and he had a big beard. It began higher up on his face than beards usually do, and long hair, very unkempt. When the Greens reached their apartment shortly after seeing the strange creature, they called the police. They assumed they had seen a mentally disabled person. When he saw me, he jumped to the gravel below. Now that's about a 15-foot jump, but it didn't seem to bother him. He must have been very strong. I didn't stay to watch him run away. Just before his experience at the window, a group of passerby had seen a monkey-like figure running down a street not far away, dodging cars, hiding behind bushes, and then running on. Source, Jeremy Clark, Creatures of the Goblin World. 6'6" to 7 feet tall, long arms, very hairy, with caveman face, seen worn dirty clothes. We were driving back from Crescent Beach that night. It was a foggy night around 2 a.m. My friend was driving when he had to swerve to miss this thing standing in the lane we were in. It was standing about 3 feet in the... It was about 3 feet in the... About... What? This doesn't make sense. In about 6'6" to 7 feet tall, long arms, very hairy, resembled a man more than an animal. It had on dirty, torn clothes and around 270 or more pounds. The thing looked like it could pick up the car. The face looked like a male, standing relaxed with shoulders dropped. It looked savage, looking like a caveman face. My buddy was scared and would turn around, and I was kind of scared but wanted to see it again, but he was driving his car and wouldn't stop. So, these are all accounts of Sasquatch wearing clothes. Which means, yes, Sasquatch steals your clothes, and then he wears them around town. Oh, wait, shit, look at this Sasquatch sketch. Like, who doesn't want to fuck Sasquatch? What the fuck? It's fucking 9 feet tall.
Then you have your, then you have the handprint here. It looks like almost like feet. Opposable thumb. Because that's interesting, even though they're very dexterous, ambidextrous.
There's lady squatches.
Texas, and this is attractive to give you an idea. I walked right through that area about 30 minutes before. Went down to the lake.
Lesbians can have sex with lady squatch.
That is a gift they leave.
Yeah.
And they're fresh tracks. So I tried beside them, put my foot, and with the gait that he had, it's totally impossible. I'd injure myself if I tried to do that. This is an ancient one. This is a real photo. I didn't take this. Another gentleman did and gave me permission to use it. This was in the Santa Cruz Mountains in Colorado.
What? This is actually a really good picture of Sasquatch. I've never seen this one before. This one's good.
The Sasquatch people and the interdimensional connection. So then,
I like this one.
Anyway, this was taken there, and he's about 7.5 feet tall.
Look at that booty.
And he doesn't have a conical head. He just has a lot of hair there. But that's an ancient one.
Right. This is my problem with fucking Sasquatch researchers. They have good evidence, but they hide it under their fucking agenda of, well, Sasquatch is an eighth dimensional. It's a fucking... It almost makes you want to believe that they are paid shills specifically meant to discredit whatever it is that they're supposed to be fucking talking about. Like, if you just came up here and you were like, I've seen Sasquatch many times, here's a bunch of reports, here's my 11 eyewitnesses, here's my footprints, here's a really good picture of Sasquatch, here's the areas that they live, that's the end of my presentation. Without going on about how 8th dimensional fucking half solid, half spirit Sasquatch healed your back, like, and got dropped off by a UFO, like, and is telepathically communicating to you, like, this would be so much more believable, buddy. You can work people into your crazy fucking spirit squatch shit after you get them to believe in Sasquatch.
And people say, oh, they're almost like us. I said, no, we're like them, at least to a point. The ETs took away the giantism, I guess, or they referred to me as the little brother and so forth, and they've given me a nickname.
Yeah, Sasquatch can do whatever he wants.
Because I'm always looking ahead, and I'm ahead of my time in terms of what I'm doing. And
oh, he's ahead of his time.
Making things happen. Now, this was taken at my cabin in Duval, Washington.
Oh, here's the picture.
See, I guess, but
so this is pareidolia. This is nothing. And this is maybe a Sasquatch.
Here, let me start right up here. You see a woman's face? That's an ancient one. I've seen an ancient one, a woman that was so beautiful she would have won Miss America.
And Truckosaurus,
the hair on her body,
damn.
her breasts and everything. And then here is a Sasquatch. There's his muzzle, his left eye, his fern, or whatever his branch, is over his right eye. But this is his complete face. And then down here is what they call the dog face ones. They refer to them, the Sasquatch, as the guardians, because they guard the portals when you make them. So no negative
the
energy
portals.
because they were in and out all the time working with me, and they didn't want any evil entities to come and harass us. When I moved, and Kelly and I moved to Chewelah, Washington, I think it was a...
Oh, are you talking about like monster trucks? I don't know.
They were building a port in the backyard.
I don't know too much about monster trucks. But Truckosaurus sounds cool.
So this is the dog face one. If you can see the snout, there's the tip of the nose right there. Tiny ears in the back, it looks like. But anyway, people say, oh, they're vicious and so on, but they don't do anything.
What the
Because
fuck?
when you're talking to them, they're all teeth, and they look...
What the fuck?
Like they're gonna attack you, but they don't. So, anyway, here they're all working together, and this was a photo that a friend of mine visiting me took. He was a contactee, but they did that all.
Yo, what the fuck?
as a gift.
That's
They're
so
all together,
cool.
Knowing that I would share. There's a close-up of the wolf.
Oh, I bet they're loud. I don't think you could make something like that and have it be quiet.
There's a snout there. There's one eye here. The other eye seems to be there, and so on.
What are you talking about?
Hey, this is a sketch that someone did, taken in Northern California.
No, I've never seen that. I have seen dragons fucking cars, though.
So, a beard. I'm going to tell you something. One of my closest friends looks exactly in the face like that. And I'll tell you something else. His soul was that of a Sasquatch. Not joking, it was true. So I was really shocked to see this, and so I added it on.
His soul is that of a Sasquatch.
But why? This is an ancient one, not a Sasquatch. See, his arms don't go down his knees, it's a human face, and so forth. And these are some little things. Now,
Dick's on stream.
a movie producer who started the Grizzly Adams series
Why? It's
He-
every stream now.
was the Sasquatch would talk to him periodically, and they saved his life. He was in the forest, and these two beings came to him. He was so impressed that he had them made into statues. They're 2 feet high.
You can see its
you can tell
ribs.
the woman's face is beautiful. They have tails, little tiny tails in the back, and they telepathed and spoke to him. So I wanted to give you, little people are part of this. These are forest people. These are everyone
I
working together. Trying to
have
save the
chat
planet.
open on my
This is
phone
what we're doing to it.
on another
Capitalism
account,
is a
and
political
it's
force.
censored the
It's a
word
dinosaur.
midget.
You know, it's a.
I
It's
just
based
thought
on
that was an
natural resources,
interesting
and
fun
we're pretty hurt
fact.
right now. We're going to hurt more, and I think that we're in trouble. So they try to give
No, not
information
clit.
as much as they can.
Oh no, it did
Dmitry
censor clit.
Bayanov, in Russia, sketched this from the Roger Patterson film that was October 20th, 1967. This sketch is superb, and it gives a close-up of a female Sasquatch. Gives you an idea of, once again, how they look like. Some people think they all look the same, but they don't. They all look different. At a distance, of course, they do. So this is from a movie here that was set up, a trail cam. This was a Sasquatch in Texas.
Oh, we analyzed this video on stream. It was actually really
He has a
convincing.
monkey face, but he's human, and he's interdimensional. This was taken at Burchard
I imagine.
in Victoria.
I don't
by,
know. Oh, this is a good picture of
1986
Sasquatch.
By a engineer whose hobby was horticulture. So he went over there, he's from Seattle, and he took all these pictures, but way up in the corner, and I blew this up, was this. He took pictures at the end of the day when everyone was leaving the area.
This is a
And
good
he
picture of
captured it. I asked him,
Sasquatch.
He gave me written permission, and he says, I don't want you to do it. Don't associate my name with it. You know, fine with me. You know, as long as people can see that these beings are real, people are taking pictures of them off and on. This is a spaceship that I took a picture of here. I asked
Okay.
him to show himself, and there you have
That's
it.
a good picture.
I took the picture.
Right. It's
yeah,
just
Kelly and I are fortunate.
old
We
man
have
rambles
access to it.
about fucking spirit
Now, this
Sasquatch.
gentleman that I was helping, down in,
This is
in
not
outside
convincing
New
at all.
York
This
State.
is a ring of LEDs under a sheet for all I
Sasquatch
know.
started talking to him, and then spaceships started coming, and they started talking to beings, and the ships talked to him. So he took hundreds of pictures, and he sent me a few. There's another one. He's just hovering above his house.
Also not a convincing
So, there's
picture.
a lot of things happening that people aren't saying, because if you did, you'd have the press, you'd have, who knows, there, guns maybe and stuff, you know. Some people aren't right. Okay, this is a Russian woodcutter from in southern Siberia.
Wow, he did a wood cutting of Sasquatch.
He was also a superb artist. He was cutting wood, and a snowman, they called him a snowman, or the Yeti.
There he is, boys. We've got it.
One
There's
name they
Sasquatch.
called him Kaptar, but basically Almas is the name that is given. And came and stood right close to him and talked to him for an hour. And he asked him, can I sketch you? And he said, yeah. And he stood there.
Bigfoot is just blurry.
And he sketched the being, and there it is. Now, this is the first time I've seen them with pointed ears like that, but there's all varieties. There's 6-toed, 5-toed is most of them, there's 3-toed, and so forth. I'm going to move along so Kelly will have a
No,
chance
that's not
to share. Also.
how
Here's one interdimensional sitting there. There's the head, shoulders, arm, knees here.
What?
This is in Australia, 1936.
Oh, shit.
Pictures were taken by these loggers, logging in the wilderness. And there's one
Actually,
sitting
look
there,
at
yeah,
that. That is
called
actually
and,
that's
I'm
actually
gonna tell you
decent.
how, pictures were taken.
Like, here's the shoulders, the head. He's hunched over a little bit. The arm. I don't know what's going on with the hand, but the leg is right here. It could be a rock. It very well could be a rock, but
Taken by these loggers,
could also be a
logging, in the
Sasquatch.
wilderness. And there's one sitting there, a
An
Yami, called a Yami over there.
interdimensional
I
Sasquatch.
wanted to tell you how to prove that they're interdimensional. Here's another one interdimensional, here, taken in
Ooh.
Arkansas.
That's a really good
2014.
Photoshop job. Look
There's
at that
another one,
smoke
Idaho,
effect.
caught in midstream, and this is probably one of the rarest pictures in the world because it's a, well, he was walking and he knew the woman was there with the camera, so he dematerialized, but you just happened to catch him in between, and that's very, very rare.
Wow.
Close up of the
Sasquatch
animal.
can dematerialize at will.
And there's this sketch was done for us by
Oh,
someone who had
God.
to work and that we were interacting with, and they did this as a gift to my son.
Why am I looking at this?
My landlord's picture.
Wait, zoom in on the child, he says. Wait, why? Oh, no. I don't want to zoom in on the child. I don't want to zoom in on the child. This is terrible. Oh no. Alright, I can do that. I just need to screenshot that. Okie doke. Now we need to transform fit to screen. There we go, we're back. Alright, I'm gonna post this in Discord, just remind me to do that later.
No, a woman sketched this. This is Ben. She's in Arkansas. And anyway, she's experienced him all the time. This is exactly, she's an excellent artist, and this is exactly
There she is.
what he looks like.
Don't.
Okay, this is a...
Stop putting shit on the left side of the screen.
It says here, I'm going to read it. Just
The right
as
side
Dale
of the
entered
screen.
clearing and discovered standing together the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and Jackie Onassis, his camera jammed. Thank you. Here's my wife Kelly wants to share more.
Oh my god. So now the wife is gonna talk. So this is Kelly Lapseritis.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Oh, the
today.
glitter effect. Yay.
I'm going to be sharing some of the Sasquatch messages for humanity. I created some of these memes that are just kind of eye-appealing, and they have excellent...
I created some of these memes. Yeah, he's Danny Phantom, but instead of turning into a ghost, he turns into a Sasquatch.
Camus, who's one of the elder
Oh my
Sasquatch
god.
who transcribed
Oh my god, she's gonna start talking about Elder Camus. Oh my god, please talk about Elder Camus.
Sasquatch message for humanity. And all of these...
I am begging you to talk about the Sasquatch message to humanity.
Which has 50 short chapters of important messages. And since then, after our conference last September, he transcribed more messages that were much longer.
I actually heard a story about a woman who claimed she was dating a Sasquatch, and she had to break up with Sasquatch because he kept getting really aggressive with her around the other male Sasquatches, so she broke up with him and started dating his rival male Sasquatch, and it was a whole thing. Let me see if I can find that story. Let me see. I married Sasquatch. Bigfoot has 3 wives from Daily World News or Weekly World News. Oh no. Not Weekly World News. Oh. Okay. Alright, thank you.
12 chapters, 13 actually, and they go really in depth. They're very quantum physics.
It's always
and,
white women.
Really speak about our interdimensional nature. You know, that go deep into the 10 senses instead of the 5 that we only think that we have, and things like that. And the second book I'll be publishing shortly, but the first book is available over here as well. Also, something to mention with this is, along with like what Michelle said, when I connected with Sunbow, it was through Facebook, and it was September 28, 2015.
When I connected with this Sasquatch, it was through Facebook. Ma'am.
The big cosmic...
Oh my god, you get one guess why fucking Kiwani is married to this woman. I'll direct your attention to this area of the screen.
Can't quite remember what was going on. It was an eclipse and a full moon and a few other big cosmic energy shift things happening. And And that was the day that my guides directed me to this.
Oh, her
Facebook
guides.
page that I
Her
never
guides
saw.
directed
And I
her
found
to a
some
Facebook page.
sharing these messages from
Holy
Sasquatch,
shit.
which we've been really involved in. So it was really a divine way to connect.
Oh my god.
But here Camus says, a bridge has been built towards spiritual interspecies relations, and a sacred portal has been opened.
A sacred
And
portal.
So what he's referring to here is, a big cosmic shift, but he was also referring to, this was a quote that happened during that time, that September 2015. So that's mainly what he's referring to.
Okay, where's your fucking cosmic shift then? It hasn't happened. It's been 6 years.
But since then, he's also told me and
She just wants to get tit fucked by Sasquatch. That's fine.
several others, and since we've put these messages out, so many people have connected with Camus and many other Sasquatch because it brought that to their awareness, and they were able to, connect with him.
I was gonna
Since
say,
that,
who
that
wouldn't?
Now, the portal was opened here, and now he said that a bridge has been built that's actually connecting that as well. So, in a sense, we've transcended to another level. So now we're able to access the dimension that they reside in.
What? Did you just say you've been to the Sasquatch dimension, woman?
He also says, my people is the living proof of the stories of your origins carried in your ancient sacred scrolls and in the ancestral oral traditions of your tribal peoples. Our knowledge is what your people has forgotten about your true origins, nature, purpose, and destiny.
I'm very
And
upset
that's
that this
what
is
the
as loud
spirits
as it
will remind
gets.
us of. They were here on Earth long before we were, and our ancestors and Native Americans were still connected
There's a
to the
Sasquatch
Sasquatch and the Council of
dimension.
Star Elders. And they knew
Guys, I didn't know that it would get this weird. I thought we were just gonna have a harmless tale of an old man rambling about Sasquatch, and here we are with fucking Camus' elder brother Sasquatch telling us that we've opened the portal to the Sasquatch dimension. Oh, I didn't know that this was gonna cross over with the fucking Sasquatch message to humanity shit. I was not aware. Like, okay, I want you guys to know that I am fully versed in the Sasquatch message to humanity. So let me give you a rundown of what the Sasquatch message to humanity is. And I want you to, well, every molecule is a miniature Sasquatch. I need one thing for this. I need that fucking South Park disclaimer that pops up and just like flashes over and over and goes, this is what they really believe. Alright, so the Sasquatch message to humanity. I'm gonna blow myself up for this because this is gonna be a lot. This is where I get to flex my conspira lore, you know what I mean? So the Sasquatch message to humanity is a book written by a dude whose name I can't remember, but he's just the guy who physically typed it out. So what's actually happening is this dude went into the forest and meditated until he's spiritually connected to Sunbow the Bigfoot, right? So Sunbow the Bigfoot is acting as a spiritual intermediate between this human and Elder Camus, the elder brother Sasquatch. So Camus is one of the like spiritual elders of the Sasquatch race, right? Now, Camus knows all of this hidden Sasquatch lore going back like 20, 30, 40,000 years. And what he tells us is... I'm sorry, but this is all true. What he tells us is that the planet Earth was seeded with life by a ancient alien star people progenitor race that came here, and they created life on the continent of Lemuria. So, on the continent of Lemuria, hundreds of millions of years ago, they this race just goes around the universe like seeding life on different planets, and essentially what they did is ants were the dominant species on the planet. So they took ants and they said, we shall create ant people. But the ant people were not spiritually enlightened enough. So what happened was the ant people like nuked themselves to death. And now the only place the ant people still survive is under the surface of the moon. So the Star Elders were like, damn, that race that we created on this extremely fertile, useful planet only lasted like 100,000 years. So we better try again. So this time they created lobster people. So now the lobster people, they're like a semi-successful species, but they eventually died out. I don't know why it's reminding you of that. It has nothing to do with that. So the lobster people eventually die out. I don't remember why. Something dumb. So the Star Elders come back and they're like, damn, we're really good at this on other planets. We promise. Like, let's try again. So they create fish people, who you may know as mermaids. So the mermaids just never really catch on. They live in like the deep, deep oceans. They're not like really interested in joining. So, because the Star Elders, their whole point for creating all these advanced races and like elevating these species is they want more races to join the Star Council, the Star Brother Alliance, because they're like fighting against some evil aliens, so they need like the Star Brother Alliance to be stronger. So they try again. They got the mermaids. The mermaids are just chilling, doing their own thing. And they say, damn, maybe instead of giving one race the ability to be incredibly powerful psychics and create civilization, order, and art, we make two. We make one race that's incredibly powerful and psychic, and then one race that's very good at creating society and order and civilization. So guess what those two races are? They take sloths from Lemuria and they turn them into Sasquatches. And then they take primates and they turn them into humans. And they bond these two races together. So the only way you as a human can unlock your true potential is to wander out into the forest and meditate until you attract your own Sasquatch soulmate. And you have to psychically bond with this Sasquatch so that Sasquatch can live in our society through you. And in exchange, you get unlimited psychic power. So Sasquatch can teleport. Sasquatch can read minds. Sasquatch can shoot mental energy bolts. Sasquatch can become invisible. Sasquatch can shapeshift. Sasquatch can literally turn into pure energy. Every Sasquatch on the planet, a portion of their soul is part of this collective Sasquatch oversoul. Again, I'd like to clarify that this is what these people actually believe, and this is what is in the book that she is talking about right now. So, any time a Sasquatch has a memory or an experience or anything, it gets psychically backed up to the Sasquatch oversoul. And any Sasquatch can take a moment to access and search the Sasquatch oversoul. She literally refers to it as a spiritual internet. So now, you got humans and Sasquatches living together in perfect harmony on Lemuria, and we're reaching the level of spiritual vibration that we need to join the Star Brotherhood, the Star Council, right? So what happens is the Illuminati decide that they don't want everyone to have unlimited psychic powers. So they kill as many Sasquatches as they can get their hands on. I don't know how, because Sasquatch has all those psychic powers. Literally unlimited psychic power. But this essentially drives the few surviving Sasquatch into hiding. Lemuria falls, and then Atlantis is created. And then Atlantis falls, and now we have our modern society where humans live with very minimal psychic powers because we don't have access to our psychic Sasquatch brothers. So in this book, they refer to us as their little brother species because we were created a few 100,000 years after Sasquatch. And Elder Camus and the other Sasquatches want to reunite humanity and Sasquatch slowly in such a way that they can create a force of people who can take out the Illuminati before the Illuminati can hunt down the remaining Sasquatches. I think that's everything. So that's the context for what this woman is talking about. I'm so sorry.
Themselves and to be in that telepathic communication.
This is why you guys come here, because I know everything. I know everything.
That's how they.
From every conspiracy ever.
He showed earlier, they were told.
God, I'm
and they were
so
visited
fucking
by
powerful.
many different sources, so they would sketch it out on these rocks that they knew would be permanent.
I also need to go
knowing
pee.
that generations to follow would find it and remember it.
Oh, God.
Here Camus says, the message of my people...
Yeah, exactly.
is not
It
on the
totally
mind,
lines
but
up with
soul,
spirit science.
Inspired by the heart. We do not play on words, nor elaborate, sophisticated rhetorics to express ourselves, but project directly the images of our thoughts into the soul who are ready to communicate in this way. And so basically that's another way of saying telepathy. And there's really 3 different kinds of ways, or really even more than that, kinds of ways that you can experience telepathy. But as far as our 5 senses are concerned, we can feel them, we can hear them, and we can get visual pictures like this. And so I'm sure a lot of you have experienced, kind of like how Emma explained, that she just went back and this was just there in front of her and available. And so the Sasquatch do that kind of thing too. Instead of piece by piece, just automatically it's a big picture. You're watching a movie of something that you know your mind could have never come up with on your own. So it's a real blessing to be able to connect with the Sasquatch and other beings in this way, and everybody is capable of it. I have a lot of people telling me that they're frustrated that they can't hear the Sasquatch, and how come I can't hear them, or I know they're there, but I just can't connect with them. But if you know they're there, you're connecting with them. You don't have to hear them. You feel them here, and when you know they're there, there's really no stopping it. You just need to drop the fear or the illusion, that you're not connecting, and know that they're there, and you can access that wisdom at any time. Here.
Oh, man.
Says,
That's a good fucking picture. I like that one. That's a really good picture.
In a non-judgmental approach, with a universal consciousness perspective.
Oh, boy.
Equality of every soul. You realize that all species and souls, regardless of their ways, play an important role in the equation. None can be defined.
All of these quotes are from Elder Camus.
All have
Oh yeah.
diverse
Oh yeah.
reality.
It's a genre called Squatchcore.
More complex quotes, but basically it's saying,
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what we're fucking missing? I'm such a fucking idiot. How could I forget? On a Sasquatch stream of all things. How could I forget our boy Sasquatch? Hey, baby.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
We're learning about Sasquatch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And walks a real life Sasquatch.
I'll say that, baby. You're not an 8th dimensional spirit being alien from the dimension of Sasquatch.
and that we shouldn't be judgmental of one another. We're all unique. We're all different.
Oh no, he's been here the whole time.
Shouldn't be us and them and black and white and Republican and Democrat and, you know, all of that stuff.
There we
We're all
go.
one.
Now we've got that
We're
nice
together
backing
as
music
citizens.
for
We're all
this.
Creatures of Earth, we're all brothers and sisters, and that's the way that the Sasquatch, they want to remind us that that's what we need to work towards, is working together instead of,
All right, baby.
I don't like this person.
What time do I
don't
work
like that
tomorrow?
idea. No, we're all here
I should
together.
probably know that before I do like a 12-hour stream about Sasquatch.
Here he says, we were
Oh,
also
look.
gifted with
Look,
powerful
they're
psychic
fucking
abilities
transparent
that we have to this day,
Sasquatches.
including telepathy, mind reading, remote viewing, hypnosis, astral projection, dematerialization, teleportation, shape-shifting, and permeating consciousness. This last ability allows us
This is
to
killing me
interact
softly.
and surround entities with our soul. So we might be perceived as interdimensional
Scratching me
beings, but in reality,
softly.
we are an incarnated species with highly developed psychic powers like none other from this home planet. So the Sasquatch are very much a physical being. It's just that they vibrate at such a
Come on,
a
send me the
higher,
verification code. I just want to see what time I work tomorrow, guys.
in a completely different realm, experiencing life differently than we do. And we are able to ascend to those other realms, and they're helping us to teach us how to
Oh,
do
we're
that.
able to ascend to the Squatch dimension. That's all I've ever wanted. Okay, 12 to 6, so I gotta be up at 10. So I can go till 2, so we can go for 2 more hours. That's decent. That's like a 4-hour stream. That's not bad. You know it came from... I don't have to justify my information to you because you know it came from a higher source. You can't just tell us that your information comes from a higher source and just expect us to believe you. Ah, okay. Oh no, it's fine because we live in simultaneous realities at the same time. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Squatchrin.
Not necessarily past lives and future lives. We're living them all at once. And so, with these abilities, we're able to even visit our higher selves or project back.
You know what I am instantly reminded of when she says our higher selves? I am immediately reminded of intergalacticmatch.com and Celeste, and how Celeste is fucking the higher self of some random white woman that this dude banged one time. And now she's this fucking... What is she? An immortal intergalactic goddess and space lady. A major member of the Love Ops Special Forces of Romantic Love. Celeste is a universal matchmaker. Oh, God. Can I please, like, I can't have this image on its own. Why won't you let me have it, you coward? Man.
To a time, like I said, this is a linear way of speaking, but we're able to
Remember who you are, she says.
And for me personally, I know that it's my guides, the ETs and the Sasquatch, that really help me to understand all of that.
Oh my god. So you've got a husband and wife who've both bought into the fucking...
Here Camus says, the understanding of who my people are.
Oh my god.
Lifts up their consciousness to higher levels of knowledge. With the
Why?
realization that we're interdimensional
Well, what...
beings who can live or shift
What
into
possessed you to
different
make all of
realms
these
and
images? She called these memes. I want to remind you that she called these memes.
You can also learn to reconnect with those dimensions, existing yourself on different planes. Within
This
the
isn't a
same
meme,
consciousness
woman.
we
Give me your
are.
templates, I'll make a better fucking meme.
So that's why we're here.
I also... I desperately need to point out... I'm so sorry, chat, but, she gave Sasquatch cum gutters. Look at this. Look at this. She gave Sasquatch cum gutters, and it it's really apparent.
Here it says, but it is your responsibility and duty to make sure that the ancient spiritual knowledge of your soul evolutionary process remains alive and is passed on to the generations of future ages, so that they can remember
These are the
long
memes.
road their
This is a meme. Somehow. I suppose technically this is a meme.
traveled since the origins up to where they will stand. What we
Except
know
they
is
just
time-
took entire pages of their book, put a Sasquatch on a historical painting, and that's it. Oh, here you got one Sasquatch here. You got a Sasquatch here. You got a Sasquatch up here. And then we've got a Sasquatch right here. Oh, I missed it. We have another... There's so many Sasquatches. They just put them everywhere.
is very short.
Oh, no.
This generation of your people is the one that has to make the changes needed. And I believe that that's why every single person is sitting in this room today.
All 50 of you are going to be
Because
the
we
Sasquatch
experience
mentors.
manifestations of us through dreams, apparitions of images.
Yeah, we've all had the Squatch dreams, I know.
Of our species. But since you don't need any more physical proofs of our existence and have connected with our soul, we will be by your side and keep watch over you wherever you go.
Right, I need these fucking templates.
Early ancestors, and we wish to reestablish with your people again once they have recovered their spiritual abilities and knowledge and recognized us as their elder relatives and allies in maintaining the divine law on our home planet.
Like, they just put a Sasquatch here and here, and now it's a Sasquatch meme.
Welcome to a time where we do shift into this new earth and everybody will be on the same spiritual level or in the same dimension experiencing things together. But at this point, it seems that it's changing one person at a time. So that the best thing that we can do is just focus on ourselves, our gifts, and our abilities.
I can't deal with this.
Our truth and our love with everybody around us.
Yeah, they,
So when
like,
we
she
can-
doesn't actually know how to... She doesn't actually know how to... Oh my
Our
god.
people were created as a part of a cosmic plan to allow ancient souls of star beings to incarnate on
This
the
is a
planet
meme.
and help it evolve into an intergalactic outpost of consciousness.
I love how they put fucking this up at the top of every meme. It's just, it's terrible.
Resources and life forms. And really that's what it all boils down to, is transcending or ascending or, raising our vibrations. It all comes down to our consciousness, the energy that we put out.
This is
It's
so
also a
bad.
capital
Oh my
influence.
god.
All other life forms on this home planet whose destiny
I want this
is
original
touched
image
by
without all this
depends
fucking
on
text on it.
interspecies
If I could get this
generations
image without all this text on it, oh, we could make such
with
fun
other life
things.
forms incarnating consciousness in your very immediate environments on your home planet. They are always present for any of you. Animals, plants, and stones are also conscious sentient peoples.
Animals, plants, and
understanding
stones are
soul
conscious
abilities,
sentient
psychic
peoples.
gifts, which your seers have kept relating to them. And kind of like going.
I love how this is just like... I know, I want to make so many terrible fucking edits of this, but I can't. But, like, I just... the fact that she called these memes, it hurts me.
I've also taken a journey there before, and I've seen very similar things. It was just a bright, beautiful place filled with some kind of humming music and pastel colors and crystals and stones.
Okay,
Also,
okay,
my
okay.
understanding that it was powered and sourced,
Wait, stop.
by these natural entities from Earth.
Please tell me this is big.
They're alive, rocks
Damn
are
it.
alive, trees are alive.
If I could get this in the
I also
original...
got a glimpse of what it would look like when night would.
Ah, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, here we go. This is a good resolution, right? Here we go. We got one. Alright, we have this one. Drop this into the Discord right here. Alright, let's see what else we can pull out of their website. We just need... That's a good one. Unavailable. Oh, have I not given you the Discord server? Shit. God, I'm such a fucking boomer. Copy. Boop, boop. There you go. Oh. What? What did I just get to? What? Please, I just need the images. Come on. Damn you. You fucking horse. Evidence. Videos. This video is unavailable. Why?
This is some of the little ones' tracks that's in here. I come back up there today to...
This is actual Bigfoot footage. Oh, you know what? We've seen this on the stream before. Cloaked Bigfoot? Okay. Show us. Okay. Imagine my surprise. Instead of the black creature that we had seen, there was a strange translucent anomaly in the same place. Okay. Alright, I'm open-minded. I could...
Okay, so Larry, you remember we showed you this tree when you were here that had been snapped off there and was hung up over there? So I guess it was maybe 6 months or so ago. We got a new break in the middle of it. Something hit this hard enough in the middle that it broke it there, but it didn't knock down either end. Both ends are still suspended.
Point the camera at what you're talking about, lady.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so something had to have hit it really hard and really fast right in the middle to break
Do you
it there
see it
to
yet?
not break these
I don't see
smaller
it.
Yeah.
pieces that are supporting it at either
Yeah,
end.
that had to been,
Here?
you know,
Yeah,
like a thrust and not a hang, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? 'Cause if
something
if
hard
it'll
and
hung
fast.
Oh,
for a
shit.
amount of time,
the heck was that? Did you see that?
would've been,
I saw it.
you know,
Yeah,
like a thrust
Right
and
here.
not a hang, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? 'Cause if
something
if
hard
it'll
and
hung on it
fast.
for any
It looks like fucking active camo out of Halo.
amount of time,
the
that
heck was
top
that?
cover
Did you see
would've
that?
been in sandstone, you know,
Yeah,
like a thrust and not a hang, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? 'Cause if
something
It's this little blurring movement. It's
hard and
weird.
hung on it
fast.
for any amount of time,
Okay.
The heck was that?
Alright, show
Did
me
you
some
see
more.
that?
Show me some more.
you know,
Yeah,
like a thrust and not a
Okay, we
hang,
get
you
it.
know,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
if it-
Something
if
hard
it'll
and
hung on it
fast.
for any amount of time,
the
that
heck was
top
that?
cover
Did you see
would've
that?
been in sandstone.
Where is it?
Yeah, and Sandy's not going. Oh, it's still over there, right through there.
Here?
I just heard another. Well, that could have been a branch, but yeah, it went that way. Probably shouldn't be pointing. Yeah, something black and close to the ground just took off. You may have had your sighting. I did too.
I don't see anything.
No,
on
it
this
took off.
one.
It went that way. I saw the weeds shaking as it left. Yeah. It was a small one and it was black. And what's that here? She's on her thing. And you know, that is not the first time that's happened.
Don't do
here.
that.
There are so many times that Gabby and I will come up the trail through here, and something just takes off, and you'll see the leaves settling,
Yeah.
but you don't see what it was. You hear the crash.
Well, I saw the black thing and I'm like, what's Gabby? My first thing is, what's Gabby? And then I see it take off, and then I see the bushes kind of fall down.
Point the
Yeah,
camera at
Yeah,
what
that-
you're
yeah, as it
looking
was
at.
going through.
Oh
They,
my goodness.
yeah, I think you just had yourself a sighting. Me too. So, you know, if it had just been you that saw it,
No.
you'd be going, what the hell was that? And but I
God,
saw exactly
stop
what you
flinging
saw.
the camera
so-
around like that. You're gonna
And
make
yeah,
me
my
motion
first thought was,
sick.
what's Gabby doing over there? Oh, she's right here. Gabby doesn't take off like that. Congratulations, Claudia.
Stop doing that. Jesus Christ.
No,
It's just exciting.
have no fear. They're more afraid of you.
Yeah.
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 You're okay. I think it was a youngster.
Yeah.
Oh, a little tiny Sasquatch.
It looked like Gabby.
Ooh, we're dropping
We-
frames.
yeah.
Why?
And then I stopped.
Temporary
And I
internet
turned
dip.
around and took off through the bushes, and then I see like the bushes fall from the tree, and then I'm thinking like, what did I just see? And then she says, "Did you see something black?" And I'm like, I did. And I thought it was Gabby.
But no, Gabby was right there with us. No.
No, it wasn't on the tree.
No, it was on the
on the
ground,
floor.
about so high, so high.
I'm watching the backgrounds,
And,
but I'm not
yeah,
seeing
it
anything
bolted.
currently.
And
They'll
I could
probably
see the
point it out
trees
when it
coming
happens
down
again.
as it passed through. You know, the little bushes and the. Did she? Yeah. It came this way. It went.
Came this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is awesome.
Thank you, Lord.
They were probably they had already seen me come up here and went back, and they probably figured I was done, gone.
Is that a stuffed? Oh, that's a
And,
puppy that she's holding.
Yeah, had probably relaxed.
Yes.
Why would you bring your tiny little
And you know, I
puppy out
told
into
you
the
that
forest
spot in the
this
trail,
far?
that's always where Gabby stops and checks it out both directions before we go any
And
farther.
that's
Yeah.
where we stopped.
Yeah.
My first reaction was,
Like when she stops flinging the camera back and forward, the camera gets good resolution.
turned around and took off. And then I see like either a tree branch or something was falling as it took off. And then I'm thinking like, did I just see a black squatch in it?
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
I had the camera on aimed that way when it happened.
I am
so
not
we'll have to
seeing
go back
anything
through and
right
look.
now.
I'm so glad you saw it, Barb, because I would
Yeah.
be like,
I really hope it shows up while the camera is
No,
still
I saw
like
it
this, so
too.
we might
I saw
actually
it too.
get to see
It
something.
was there. It definitely happened. Yeah, it was.
very cool experience.
Barb got all serious.
And my heart is
There
like,
was a definite change in your tone.
I got goosebumps and I start shaking. My heart started racing. But it's a beautiful experience.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy for you.
I want to walk some more.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Well, let's go. So, when we were out here, when we had our experience, Dad and Juanita were both sitting over there on the log.
Okay.
Go ahead and wave, Dad.
Okay.
Okay, so we can see that. Okay, that shows where they were sitting, and Juanita was sitting there with Cheetah in her lap, and Cheetah
Excellent.
looked down the trail that way and barked when everything happened, and then she turned her head and looked back this way, and she's going to tell us what she saw over here. So what was it?
Oh no.
This tree, all the way down to the ground.
I love this.
And what did it look like?
It's perfect.
This right here. So it was what, maybe 10 inches across and maybe a little over a
I've
foot
pinned
high.
it. It's
And it was
important.
black. And okay, and what was your impression of what you saw?
I'm gonna
What did
pin
it
it
look
in
like to
my
you?
channel as well. Just pin that.
Well,
Thank
it looked
you.
like a monkey. So there was no tail, no wings, no stripes like
Excellent.
a raccoon. Just wow. And you thought it was maybe head first coming
It's
down.
terrible.
Okay.
This is great.
Something's climbing down backwards.
Yeah.
All right.
just went
Show me
came
another
straight
thing.
down.
You said you had 3 images.
So how fast do you think it was in your sight? A couple of seconds, 10 seconds? 3 or 4 seconds, huh? Okay.
Man,
So it was right about
you
where
don't have
that
any
fork-
more fucking footage.
More than a year and a half ago, I shot footage of what I take to be the left forearm of a Sasquatch, here at the property of a woman who has had daylight sightings on several occasions. But it wasn't until just last week that a fellow researcher pointed out to me that there is a great deal more in this footage than I have ever been aware of.
What? This is just a blob
I didn't
moving.
question. She and I and two young...
I hate these.
You ready? Okay. All right. Damn. All right, go. What the? You, holy shit. Did you see that? You,
Seems fake to me, bro. You literally staged this whole ass video. What is he even supposed to be doing? Why did you have 10 seconds worth of setup at the beginning? This actually looks like a man in a suit. Yeah, that's fake. Okay, where is he? Oh! Does this look like a rubber mask? Yes. Let's play it back real slow, shall we? Is there any facial movement at all? No. There is not any facial movement. The facial expression does not change. There's no squinting from having a light in your eyes. There's no surprise. Yeah, that's fucking... That's fake. Ah yes, we love 420p videos.
No masz, a ty tam coś za kamieniem wydawało mi się ruszało. Co tam jest? Widzisz? Zobacz, zobacz, tam na lewo od kozicy, co to jest? O kurde. Pokaż to na to. O kurde,
Why did you turn the camera away from it? Put the camera back.
Tu, tutaj, o kurde, co to jest? Nie.
I mean, it's just minding its own business.
Co to jest? Do kozicy, co to jest?
Goes behind some rocks and that's it. I can't make one way or the other off that one. Oh, this is good footage. Get closer, zoom in. Definitely looks like a giant furry human. You're not gonna zoom in? Okay. You're telling me this is Sasquatch right here? Oh? Okay. There's something in there. That could be a bear. Oh. Oh. That was a very large, furry male figure. I like that. That was a good one.
Le film que vous voyez présentement est extrait d'un enregistrement de 45 minutes de ce qui semble être une vidéo de voyage. Un jeune couple se filmant lors d'une excursion à travers des étendues montagneuses et enneigées. Ce film est étrange. Les auteurs sont toujours en voyage, donc inaccessibles pour nous livrer leur histoire. Mais nous pouvons en savoir davantage par une étude attentive. Une grande partie du matériel est tout à fait banal. Ils plantent une tente, se préparent à manger, admirent les étendues montagneuses et se démènent à travers les sentiers et les glaciers.
There we go.
Quoique peu de choses nous renseignent
Yeah,
sur les
it
lieux
was
du
Brock
tournage,
Lesnar. It
quelques
was
détails
huge.
transpirent. Le couple parle flamand. Leur petit réchaud est belge, mais le plus révélateur, c'est la nourriture. Elle provient du Népal, site des montagnes de l'Himalaya, le toit du monde. C'est également l'habitat de l'abominable homme des neiges, ou comme le désignent les Sherpas locaux, le Yéti. Après 30 minutes, cette vidéo ordinaire devient extraordinaire. Alors qu'ils descendent une pente escarpée, les excursionnistes voient au travers d'une crevasse en contrebas une large créature velue qui marche debout. La séquence suivante montre une vallée parsemée de gros rochers. Là encore, on voit la créature, cette fois assise près du sentier au fond de la vallée. Soudain, la créature se redresse et s'éloigne en marchant. À ce moment-là, les vidéastes éprouvent des difficultés avec la caméra, mais nous pouvons encore apercevoir deux fois la créature. Une fois sur un rocher et finalement traversant la crête au-dessus.
Nobody's gonna stabilize this.
Pour connaître la nature de cette créature,
Thanks.
nous avons
All right,
invité
great.
une
Thank
équipe
you. Oh wait.
d'experts à examiner le film.
L'une des choses qui m'a immédiatement impressionné, c'est à quel point la créature est massive. Cependant, malgré sa grande
Okay.
stature,
All right. Thank you. Not toxic, toxic, under. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Oh yeah. That's a Sasquatch. Yeah. That's a Sasquatch. Is that an eye? No, I think that's the back of the head or something. It's the same texture as a Furby. How did you lose it? You just moved your fucking camera. Sasquatch should be able to psychically sense you. What am I looking at? It could be a bear at this point.
Looking down here, I don't see it at all with my eye, but I can kind of see it on the screen.
Oh, so you're like really, really far away and you're just really zoomed in. That makes sense. Russian. Just get closer. What are you doing? What is it even doing? Okay.
It's absolutely real. I'm telling you, apply the same scientific principles that they espouse to that film and tell me it is real.
See, this is convincing. Because this is like, this doesn't look like a suit. It doesn't look like a bear. It just looks like a big fucking gorilla that can walk upright and has like human proportioned legs. That's all it looks like.
Science is an attitude. It's not machines. Science is an attitude of questioning. Not doubting, but questioning. Science may or may not ever get it.
See, that one was good. Alright, so we got footage of this guy doing his thing. Right? So we have like a plausible reason for this video to exist, because... And then there's Bigfoot off in the distance. And he notices it. Yeah. Alright, that one's okay. What am I looking at? Guys, you can't just show me gray fucking squares and expect me to believe. Oh? Please stop doing that with the camera.
Oh shit, there it is again. There it is. There it is.
Oh.
Oh my god. There it is, there it is. It's right behind that tree. Oh my god, I'm tripping out, I'm shaking. Oh, Jesus.
That's a pretty realistic reaction, I gotta say.
Crap. So scared. Jesus, where is it? I have no idea where I went. My heart's pounding a million miles an hour.
This is a really believable reaction.
I saw it down by the creek. Shit. Ross!
Yeah. That's like, that's a good one. So I've debunked, like, most of these. Sorry. I'm sorry, Kuarni. Okay, well the author's page doesn't work. Anyway. Let's see. Let's just put in his name and sort by newest. And see what his most recent conference is. Let's see if we can get one from this month. Oh my god, Melinda Greer? No. Oh my god. These two look like they would fucking be Spirit Sasquatch people. Message to humanity from the elephants. They're the missing factor for our ascension, guys. You have to psychically connect with with them. Oh wait, this is 2 months ago. I want to do this one. What do the Sasquatch know about Earth changes? Alien crash site number 14. Okay. I think this is going to be a channeling video.
Hello and welcome to the Lightshine Podcast. I am your host, Crystal Ann Compton, and I am here with...
Is your name really Crystal, or did you change it to Crystal?
Trisha Carr, and we have an exciting... I think it's going to be exciting.
Good night, Kaiser.
Because we're going to be talking about an exciting podcast. I'm getting ahead of myself. See, I'm excited.
Fuck, that was my
We're going to have an exciting podcast because we're going to be talking about Bigfoot. Bigfoot slash Sasquatch
slash
I think there's a
Yeti too. He's also called, or they
Yeti,
skunk
okay.
ape.
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't want to misgender
I'm
Bigfoot.
just going to say at the front end of this podcast that I really don't know much about Sasquatch. I mean, here and there, maybe I've seen a movie about it, but it's never been a huge interest to me. I've never had a Sasquatch experience, but I know that so many people are interested in it, and I know that you have some interesting things to say about it, and I would like to learn.
So more than me, but not that
many. How about we start by just maybe having you explain, Trisha, who Sasquatch is, and can you kind of contrast that
a Sasquatch
the common
soulmate
perception
if I bully
of who Sasquatch is, like
small
and who
YouTube
Sasquatch
channels?
is based on your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll say right up front, if you're if you aren't interested in Sasquatch, well, maybe you will be by the end of this episode. So why would someone be interested in Sasquatch? Why would a couple of teachers of spirituality and metaphysics even be talking about Sasquatch? And the reason that someone like me and some other people are interested in it is because they are a being, a very spiritual being. It's a class of beings, or it's a race of beings, really. It's a race of beings who are spiritually sort of compared to us advanced and can even be spiritual guides and guardians to us.
Yeah, because they're eighth dimensional.
The reason I like the word Sasquatch, but yeah, there's Bigfoot, there's the Yeti, and that comes from
the
Yeti.
Bigfoot
comes from sightings, and because they are taller and larger in stature than the typical human being, and that they have more hair on their whole body. They are bipedal, standing up. Are they stinky? I don't know why.
He says there's like a gross. In lore, it's like they're very, very stinky. Why are they stinky if they're so enlightened?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a defense mechanism when they've been sighted. I haven't heard that part. I'm just kind of riffing right now. Or maybe it's just like maybe it's just rumor. Who knows? I
Why
don't
are
know.
they so stinky?
The thing about okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Sasquatch.
Excuse me, spiritually enlightened super beings. Why you smell bad?
Is theorized to be in my experience of them. So Sasquatch is a being, and I use the word Sasquatch because I kind of like that one best. Y'all can call it whatever you want. Sasquatch is a being that is interdimensional, but also dimensional in this 3D dimension. So they do exist in the 3D landscape, but they are advanced in the sense of energetically advanced. They know how to use portals, and they know how to use interdimensional portals, so they know how to travel interdimensionally.
Yes, I've also
and
played
to
Portal.
Quantum shift their forms to be
I'm
able
not
to
at the
move
level
through
of
and
playing
match the different
Splitgate
densities.
yet, but
And
I can play
particularly,
Portal.
They do tend to work in the inner planes, but they can also travel to the 5th density, the 4th and 5th densities, and maybe more. But this is just my experience of it, and perhaps there's a Sasquatch expert who would have more information than I do. But I will say this is what my experience of them are. So they exist, and they exist usually in the less human inhabited areas because they are very close to the more natural existence rather than something that is more advanced, domesticated, industrialized, as the human race is now. They are shy, and they intend to keep to themselves in the sense that humans can be, we don't understand what they are. And so, I mean, if they were to have an encounter with us all full-faced, we'd probably try to trap them and take them to a lab, right? So, I mean, they have a reason to be what we might say is shy or more reclusive as it concerns human beings in a physical sense, because we don't understand them, and because they can witness, what human beings, generally speaking, tend to do with things they don't understand. So, now I'll tell you that the history of Sasquatch and how they're here, or why they're here, is that they were here initially. Like, they are the bipedal hominid that existed on this planet before this race of human beings did. This race of human beings is a product of different interdimensional beings, so different ETs, and also obviously angels participating, the archangelic, and the actual DNA of the Sasquatch. And this is how this race. So we're basically a hybrid race, and one of the hybrid origins comes from this Sasquatch being.
So we're human, alien, Sasquatch hybrids created by interdimensional angelic aliens. Guys, what the fuck? How many layers are we fucking on right now? Why does it have to be like this? I can't take this shit.
The Sasquatch, were the Sasquatch like Nephilim? Were they what? Oh, Nephilim. When the angels came down and they possibly mated with humans. Okay. I think yeah. So the Nephilim. So the Nephilim were the angels. So, but the byproduct of the mating might have been Sasquatch. Is that what you think? I think that, I do think that maybe that, or so she's referring. That's in Genesis, right? Yeah. It says the sons of God lay with the daughters of man. Is that how it went? And something like that. Yeah. And then basically there was a product of that. I think that oral history, which now it's written, but that is an oral history that may be reflecting that, maybe reflecting the hybridization of the how the human race, the current human race, came to be. I think so. But I that's just a conjecture.
I think so.
That's what I see in it too. And so maybe it was probably, so if we're talking about the daughters of man, the existing hominids, so right there, it's that little mention there of the Nephilim is talking, and they were talking about them being taller, right? But that race were giants. And the Sasquatch are, the reason it's called Bigfoot is because they're larger than us. They're taller and a bigger stature. So
that's why they're called Bigfoot, guys, because of the Bible.
And then, down the line of the generations and generations, then that kind of became more of whatever, and to do with disease and nutrition and all the other things that make us maybe a little bit smaller than we would have been from that original hybrid race, original hybridization. So, like it is, some people would say and conjecture that the contributors to that hybridization, it was the Sasquatch or Bigfoot, angelic, of course, and because everything was, stems from the architecture of the universe, the architect.
Why didn't they use this meme
as whatever the Greys?
Why didn't they use this meme as their thumbnail for the video? Why they're cowards?
What else? Like a few different races that we are still working with. And so that's why probably it seems to be that the Greys or the Zeta Reticula and the Pleiadians tend to be what a lot of people feel or agree upon, and maybe some of the other races, who knows, and maybe there's a little bit of a lab experiment.
The Greys or the Zeta
Reticulans. But so much interaction with the Greys, clearly, and the Pleiadians, right? I feel like Pleiadian is the most common starseed origin. I don't know if I'm right about that, but it's one of the most common. Wouldn't you say, Crystal?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and there are different races.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. I didn't want to do this. But where is it? All right, here we go. Wouldn't you say, Crystal? Oh, I bet she would. All right, what did we just get? We got reptilians. We got dimensions. We got Atlantis, we got Arcturians, Pleiadians, Syrians. Alright, let's keep going.
Of course, and so anyway, so
she
that
did say portals.
In that process, the Sasquatch did not eradicate from the planet. Maybe they aren't as prolific as they may have been had we not hybridized and made this big race that is overpopulating, quite frankly. But they essentially are more advanced because they are more attuned to this planet. They are closer to the vibratory complex. It's like we're like children compared to them. Like we're in kindergarten and they are PhD. You know what I mean? Like, so they know how to use the energy and the physicality of this planet, and they are more benevolent because that's, again, being more natural and more spiritually advanced means usually to be more benevolent. That can also mean to be service to others, but that's not what they are. They are, excuse me, that could be service to self, but they are service to others because they're service to Gaia. They're service to nature and ecology. Can
you break that down? Like, I often, when I think about Sasquatch, I think, what are they just running in the forest and pooping and eating berries? I don't know. So if they're doing something, like, what are they doing? Because they're doing it in the shadows. How are they serving in that way?
How dare you? When you say that, Sasquatch can hear you, and it hurts his soul.
About interdimensional poop recently in a class or something.
I mean, it came up at the retreat. So, yeah.
Also, we have 3 crazy suburban white women right now.
That was an actual question that we got.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I haven't really asked. I don't really ask about poop. I don't know. I mean, I actually honestly haven't asked about that, and I haven't heard any other, seeker or teacher
talk about that. Who are you asking?
Poop or what they do?
Poop, yeah. Okay. And like, if their sustenance is, I believe, or my experience is that they basically can inhabit in different ways. So they could also go into the energy planes and either be in some kind of suspended animation or to exist in those planes, almost like they hang up their little suit. You know what I mean? Like they can work interdimensionally, including this dimension. And it just seems really kind of mind-bending to us because we're like, wait, how can a physical being travel interdimensionally? And it's just as possible as any other interdimensional travel. It's just that they're
it's just as possible as any other interdimensional travel. So it's not that possible.
A creature on this planet, they are advanced so that they can rematerialize or dematerialize or you know what I mean? Like just travel into. So I don't understand the science of it because I'm just this dumb 3D person. But if you can imagine that us being light years more advanced, but in this, so they know how to transition into light and back into material. And
when you're like really, really high, blinking a lot is one of the signs.
So
this woman is off her
part, at least, of their existence is to be physical and to commune and to nurture and to receive from Mother Earth or Gaia. And so do they eat when they are physical? Yes, they eat because they're physical. And they exist fully physically when they do. And they can go into portals and they can live in the astral. And
do they go underground? Are they in the planet?
Well, it's
underground world?
I don't No, I think it's more energetic than just underground, like the Tuatha De Danann, who is basically what the leprechauns are based on. The people who lived in the hills, they also did both. You know what I mean? Like they did go into the mounds, but it's almost like they hibernate. Okay, so I think this is what they're telling me right now. The Sasquatch hibernates their physical body, and then their energy body travels on. So they hibernate their physical body in some way, and then continue to travel on, and then they come back to it. I know that's what I shouldn't say I know. That's my experience, even soul remembrance of what we call the leprechauns or the Tuatha De Danann.
My soul remembrance of the
That's what they
Tuatha
did,
De
and they do,
Danann.
and that's again remembrance. So if you hear a teacher who says something different, they may be right. I'm just talking about from my inspired perspective and what I have received and channeled and all of that. So before I go,
Channeling?
So, all right, so this episode is also about
But she's not channeling an archangel or a dead celebrity.
Intersects with fairy stuff, like a fairy ring, or you have people who they're walking in the forest and they enter into this bubble, this different sort of dimensional resonance where like all the sound kind of cuts out, they can't hear the birds anymore, they can't hear the trees, they're entering into a different dimensional space, and this actually connects a little bit with the work of David Paulides, who does Missing 411, and people who go missing in national forests, and of course David Paulides doesn't say that it's Bigfoot, but I think that's probably what he thinks based on the research that he does, and people go missing and then they reappear almost as if they've gone through some kind of a portal. And I'll also say that I was listening to Art Bell years ago. I'm an Art Bell junkie, and they were talking about Skinwalker Ranch, and they had one of the scientists from NIDS there, and he talked about being up on this like little mountain, and they had their infrared night gear on, and then there was this guy who just could see with his naked vision, and then they had people with the apparatus, and so he didn't see this, but people with the night vision could see it. There was on the ground below kind of like this speck of light that started to expand and then kind of open up to what looked like a tunnel of light, and he could see at the back of that tunnel what looked like a figure approaching, and it got nearer and nearer to the opening of this portal that was just getting bigger and bigger, and out from that portal, which was really like a tunnel or a wormhole, came this being that looked like Sasquatch, and he kind of jumped out of the portal and then went and scrambled off into the night, and there was also an odor that was indicated at that experience as well. So the portal
Sasquatch is jumping out of interdimensional
spaces and encounter that. That's of great interest to me. What do you think? I think so. I think because they just are, and it's not like, oh, if you have to have a special key or something to open them. I think they just exist, and but I do think that so I think these portals can breathe, and so they just may be more open or closed, but beings who know how to use them like Sasquatch can approach them and open them and then utilize them, but they breathe just like nature breathes, and so a human can stumble upon them, or if it's breathing and it's maybe a little bit more narrow, a human can stumble upon it because they hit it precisely, or they could stumble upon it when it's doing some kind of breathing, and then it's wider and more open, and so yeah, it's absolutely possible. I mean, look at the Bermuda Triangle. I mean, that's clearly a portal, right? Like, why do things disappear there? It's obviously a portal that is open, and the other thing about it is that they can do something that seems like cloaking by utilizing some of that interdimensional energy, and so that they can't be seen. And this has to do with vibrational attuning. So some may be able to see them and some wouldn't. But even the ones when they're using this energy that's like kind of like cloaking, you would just almost see like an anomaly, like you thought.
The Predator?
Yeah, like Predator. Exactly.
That's like foreshadowing, scientific, like foreshadowing, like the Predator. Yeah, okay.
I forgot about that. Exactly like that. We just see the yes, exactly. Yeah. So someone who is attuned to it, maybe they're just, and this isn't saying like, oh, they're great and they're better people. It's more just like maybe they're altered. They're more somnambulistic, and so they might see that. But someone who's walking around somnambulistic, they see all kinds of things in the negative. So you know what I mean. But if someone's a seeker and intentionally and skillfully using the state or their altered state, then they can seek a little bit deeper. I would say that a lot of people who are hunting Sasquatch and everything, they're going about it the wrong way, and so that's why there's a lot of kind of wacky stuff around hunting for Bigfoot, because it's like the ghost hunters. They're heading toward it with the wrong energy. They're not. So it's not. They're going to see maybe the poop or the big feet prints or something like that at most. But
tell me something about
they're not tuning in the right way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, that kind of leads me to another question, and I love actually having this conversation with you because I know you've had different journeys, spiritual journeys with Sasquatch, but you might not be super connected or privy to the tradition.
I know you've had different spiritual journeys with Sasquatch.
I'm not.
She's fucked Sasquatch. She's fucked Sasquatch.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to ask the question, but I know with Sasquatch that instances of Sasquatch appearances or encounters tend to coincide with UFO encounters and also ghost encounters, and the other way around. Sometimes when you're having a UFO encounter, there's also a companion ghost encounter, and so they seem to be related sometimes. When there's a Sasquatch, there's also a UFO, or there's also some other kind of phenomenon. And I was wondering if you had any idea, just from your perspective, why that might be.
Well, with the UFO situation, I would say that Sasquatch is on councils and on intergalactic councils.
Is he in a spaceship like Chewbacca?
Sasquatch is on intergalactic councils. I said this. I said it. I told you.
Oh, that's another good point. Like Chewie seems to be kind of a reference to Sasquatch. Yeah, and I've always loved Chewie. So it's so far. I think then the rest of it, just like if they all were sort of related to one another, it's probably because you're opening to the that dimensionality of it. And again, altered into the state where you can actually see something, or your intention is attuning to those areas, and it's in your soul blueprint to start to see this stuff and experience this stuff.
Could it also be? I didn't think I was going to talk about it. Could it also be like an Earth anomaly, like something's happening in Gaia that's kind of shifting the frequency, shifting the vibration, and you happen to be present, you shift too, and now we have these kind of anomalous things. Could it be something that the planet's throwing up?
Absolutely. Like I said, like the portals are going to breathe, and the frequency of those are unique to the portals. It depends on its own vibration. Some may breathe, some may be smaller and breathe more, some may only breathe every 3 years or something like that. But yeah, flaps or anomalies in the cosmology, whether it's just our planet or if it has to do with something that is more solar system or intergalactic, all of that, yes, absolutely. And just timing and synchronicity that someone who is there, whether they're a seeker or they're just from their perspective, they just happen to be there. The reason they aligned with that was so that they could open up to it, and it's an offering to them whether they continue to seek and deal with it or not. Is obviously always the potential.
Interesting. Yeah. So it just feels to me like
this is all intersectional. Like it may be something that the energy or the planet is doing, or we're near a portal and everybody just aligns to the vibration of that and you have the experience. One thing I've heard conjectured is that some of the encounters that are reported with Sasquatch, like, rocks being thrown at tents, growling and yelling in the forest and all these types of things, that could actually be poltergeistic. I mean, people do go on these Bigfoot hunts and they go out there with this intention to hunt Bigfoot and get a picture of him or have an encounter, coming in with the wrong energy, maybe hyping them up, vibrationally speaking, so that they're in their head listening and super intent, and then all of a sudden they're starting to have all these evidences and phenomena. Is it Bigfoot or could it be them and their energy actually projecting out? What do you think about that? Well, one thing is, you said, hollering in the woods and stuff. They do sing, and they do, and they sing like birds. And it's interesting. I had a synchronous. You actually suggested this episode, but I just about 6 days ago I had a journey with and a Sasquatch communed with me, and then so we're recalling it right now. I was actually facilitated by my hypnotherapist, and so okay, let me talk about they sing.
What? What?
And they communicate, and it's whatever. So mine is talking to me right now, and he's saying that it is like telepathic.
Mine is talking to me right now. Sasquatch is talking to her right now.
Communication with toning, and so it's not really language. Like I say, cat means cat. It's more how to, which Crystal, I know obviously you know what telepathy is. It's energetic it's instant, and it's just the knowing exchange between, but then it's just tones put to it. So it's still not like always means cat. It's like it's done for the being of it, is what he's saying to me right now. And I was gonna say the joy, he's like, no, for the being of it. It is an expression of being, and it is like birds, because my husband asked me ages ago, my birds, I have birds, they're singing and stuff, and my husband said, what are they saying? What do you think they're saying? And this was before I was technically an animal communicator, and I said, they're just saying, good morning, we're birds. You know what I mean? Like just like joy, being, they're just being, and it's an expression of their essence. It's just right. It's like language, or speaking in tongues.
Light language. Fuck yes. Now we just need Ashtar. We need Ashtar or Vaccine's Bad. We got 2 white women. We got 21 minutes to go on their podcast. They're going to say something about Ashtar or Vaccine's Bad. And then we can end the stream.
Language, when personally I talk about it, people tend to be like, well, can you translate it? What does it mean? And it's like, it's there's no content. He says, I want to talk about Sasquatch. Yeah, Nature Kingdom stuff. You want to get in? He's like, I'm here. I'm in the Nature Kingdom. I like Sasquatch. Just I sing for the heck of it. You can get in my lap, baby. So yeah. Anyway, it's such a great. So it's light language. It's really not about the translation, although sometimes it can be. It's about being in the presence of it and really allowing it to attune you, or just be an expression of the soul as well, right? Yes, well, and even better said than translation, because that is the kind of harsh energy of the human needing things to be a certain kind of analysis. It's more like interpretation, which means that we bring it into form. It's a creative process rather than a harsh process.
Whatever you want, guys.
Cat in French is chat. You know what I mean? Like that's translation. Rather, it's an expression. That gets to become poetry when you follow it. So the word interpretation is slightly different than translation. Translation is taking one thing and just making it mean the literal something else in a different context. Interpretation is a creative process. It's taking subconscious, unformed, or less formed energy and allowing it to become some kind of poetic form. So when Sasquatch is singing, I just envision it as co-creating, collaborating with like the song of Gaia and nature, like co-creating with this. And
it's all about love.
But the question is, like, well, what are we creating? Is he bringing? Is he? She? Are they bringing harmony? Are they potentiating through their presence and through their song? I mean, it's all of it. Kind of a partnership and healing and receiving as well.
Healing in any context. Do you see how predictable these people are? That I can make a bingo sheet, and within 25 minutes, I am almost at a 3-way bingo. Like, this is, well, actually only a 2-way bingo, but still, the fact that you can predict these people's talking points to the extent that I am capable of just writing a bingo card that I can use on 45 different crazy, spirit channeler ladies is really upsetting. Okay, I really have to pee. Let's watch Sasquatch for a moment. And I'm gonna go pee and I'll be right back. We'll continue bingo.
also it's also a way to receive from Gaia. It's also a way, but it's a way, you know, to heal, to celebrate, just to be. It's telling me, like, the baseline of it is just think of it as a song or expression of being, and it's just like if you were walking. You know, you're walking with the purpose is being. And I'm actually about to do a podcast on my Sasquatch is telling me he inspired this, and I didn't even realize it. Called the purpose trap. That humans tend to think that purpose needs to be defined. Being is purpose, and when you're in your purpose, it's just being. It's just the frequency of you know, becoming an expression of God. So, or Gaia, which are, you know, same thing. Oh, but anyway, so you were asking about poltergeist. So I was saying that, yeah. So the hollering the forest, they could be hearing the song or the language of Sasquatch. But so far as it being, so poltergeist energy, you know, whoever wants to kind of define this, poltergeist tends to be a manifestation when there's a lot of either chaotic or angry or you know, just anxious energy, but very aggressive, like demonstrative. This is why it happens in the house of teenagers, because it's a terrible time to be alive. Yeah. Because you know, it's basically an offshoot of that energy. So if they're going in with that energy that aggressive, then they're probably summoning some of the thought forms or poltergeistic energies that many have contributed to, called egregores even. And maybe if we're talking about lore that has been, what's it called, the Jersey Devil, and maybe even Chupacabra. I think Chupacabra, there may be actually just an actual animal, and then they've created lore around, you know, that is something greater than that. And so yeah, then if it's a bit more sophisticated because it's been co-created by all of this thought energy, chaotic, fearful, whatever, then maybe it's a little easier to summon the poltergeistic or egregore energy with just kind of tapping in a little bit with your fear and your blah, whatever. Like kind of the idea of a Ouija board. I mean, it's just a board, but there's so much thought form built into it. It's like if you know about that and you're a little bit titillated by it, you touch it, Ouija board, you're probably going to tap into all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Where it might not be as easy with a beautiful deck of angel cards to tap into something that is thought form. Right, exactly. So yeah, I think that's definitely, if there's negativity, because Sasquatch they're so passive. They are such pacifists, and they, you know, they're getting a bad rap out there. I know, but they could their defense mechanisms would have to really somehow surprise them, which isn't easy because they're better at being natural than we are too. But you could, I suppose, and then there could be a defense mechanism. So far as the odor, I think that probably has something to do with the transdimensional stuff, and I don't totally understand it, but it may also be a little.
They're stinky because they're transdimensional.
A bit of a defense mechanism because there's vulnerability when there's some of that, you know, quantum shifting going on.
Well, like a skunk throws up a spray, or like in a corner, a really beautiful dog who's very domesticated and lovely, but you're cornering it, he's going to growl at you, and he's going to be in a defensive posture. So maybe it's something about it. Maybe it has something to do with the physicalization, coming into the physical from the crystallized form. Right. Interesting. I would encourage you to watch, and it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you have it, but it's basically 411 Hunter. Okay. Hunter edition. Because there's 2 movies. One you can purchase, but the other one's on Prime. So if you've got Prime, go get it. Okay. It's a movie by
my
David
book.
Boreanaz. And you know, watch it. It's interesting, full of mystery. Why are these hunters going missing? And they're so acclimated to nature, and they know some of these plots of land like the back of their hand, and they're going missing. Why? No trace of them. So it's interesting on its face. But there is a section in that movie where David goes out with these people who go into the mountains in California, I think it's Sierra Nevadas, and there's a secret place that they go, and they've been going since like the 60s and 70s, and David goes with them, and they play audio of an encounter they had with potentially a Sasquatch, and it is really interesting. Now, it doesn't sound to my ears like singing, but there's definitely some sort of a foreign alien. It sounds foreign and alien, like a multitude of voices. It is so interesting. So I would encourage you to kind of check it out and let me know what you think, or let us know what you think, because it was, and they talk about the encounters that they've had out there in the mountains, and some of them are really, really interesting.
Cool. Yeah, I will definitely check that out and see how I feel about, you know, whatever the recording is. And you know, there's possibility that they weren't physically manifest and they were tapping into them in approximate density. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is just something that is kind of coming to me right now. So as I said, so they can be like spiritual guides and guardians to us because they are telepathic, and so they exist transdimensionally, and they exist physically, and so whatever form they would be existing in, you can have a connection with them. The way that you may have a connection with them is that you may have a soul history with them, and they may be basically like a soul group, that you don't have to be in the area with them because this is telepathy, and you know, everything is existing in the simultaneity. And so one word. Oh, wait, you like that word? Great word. I love words. That was a good one. So let's all say it 3 times in the following week. Simultaneity. Go on. One sign that you may be having a visit from a Sasquatch or an invitation is that you may be having spirit animal or you may be having visitations either in your meditation or somehow out in the real world by polar bears. Polar bears tend to be the thing. It's usually a white or pale colored bear is what.
Yeah, you know, I get polar bear visitations all the time in Chicago.
Is presented as the image as one that is moving you into Sasquatch, because a lot of them, they're all different colors, but they often are a medium or all the way to pale blonde to white. There are some that can be marbled or a little bit, you know, darker tones, but they tend to be more in the mid-range and light color of you know, hair. Are you a Sasquatch? I'm a Sasquatch. I'm a leprechaun. I'm a Sasquatch. I'm fairy. I'm all of them. Unicorn. All that stuff going on.
I hate this.
No, I'm kidding. So, okay, so you're having like visitations spiritually in your meditations or dreams. Polar bears or white bears or pale bears, blonde bears, anything like that tend to be the thing, because it's different than just a brown bear. You wouldn't. It's more just like, even if the Sasquatch that you were, you know, actually connecting with does tend to be a little bit darker in his or her complexion. There's something about that image that seems to. That's my experience at least.
If he happens to be a African American Sasquatch.
With my clients and with myself, that was how they introduced themselves, and so you can have a relationship with them. And this Sasquatch could be one who is physically manifesting, or it could be one who is.
Oh yeah, she's definitely fucking Sasquatch.
Ascended and no longer physically, you know, is discarnate now.
But who
and so, and it could be more than one Sasquatch. They could be a sort of life guide with your situational guide.
Do they have names? Like, do your Sasquatches have names, or are they just Sasquatch?
Interesting. I've never even considered asking for names, so I'm sure
that Sasquatch.
Wow, you're so enlightened and above us and next dimensional, but you never even asked Sasquatch what his name is? There are 2 different Sasquatches that I know by name, and you never even asked for your super special Sasquatch best friend guide's name. Wow.
Buddy? I get very playful. We're in this, and I know I'm making jokes, but I'm connecting to the energy of this, and there's that very familiar nature fairy kind of elemental energy that just makes me just ticklish and light inside. I wonder too, Trisha, because I think if some people think about Bigfoot or Sasquatch, they might get scared. They might think, oh, ominous, oh, nebulous. But if you don't, like if you get a feeling like, oh, like I want to collaborate and co-create with Gaia and Sasquatch, does that mean that maybe you're a match for it because you have a sympathetic frequency with that, and maybe you're more likely to open up an encounter? Do you think? Because I want to have an encounter with Sasquatch. Yeah, well, I think absolutely send out the.
I want to have an encounter with assassins. Thank you, Google.
Very similar to the nature we are around to fairies and devas. Because again, the proximity and the involvement with the signature of Gaia. So yes, very much in that range. But interestingly, they also manifest physically. They can compose into all 4 physical elements. So, but very much in that elemental nature.
Sasquatch. I did not anticipate this. Sasquatch is the avatar.
Spirit energy. I would say,
I'm
whereas
shocked.
we all definitely have devas and fairies that are all around us working with us, whether we know it or like it or not, because we exist in
Gnomes.
and that's their whole job. That Sasquatch, it's not necessarily. Although you could, if you with this curiosity and this earnestness and this respect, reach out to the telepathic signal, you may have a conversation with one, or maybe you have a guide. Yes, maybe so. If you have that, like I said,
channeling
interest
dead
in it. If you have a
celebrities
kind of
or
transient
something
interest, you may
about
have
the
a
pyramids.
conversation with one. It isn't.
Or
They don't work
vaccines
with nature in the same way that the fairies and devas do. Like there's a deva taking care of that tree right there. There are fairies who take care of my floors because they're made of wood, even though they've been made into hardwood floors and everything. And so they're assigned to it. Whereas Sasquatch are more working on Gaic frequencies, and they're working on the big. They're like kind of Davic. They're very Davic, and they're working on the well, okay. They're telling me it's the Christ consciousness frequency that goes Gaia to creation, and that they're working on the ecology frequency, which is a way to say unity of consciousness as it concerns the Gaia heart to creation. But they also they work transdimensionally, so they are communing with home planets and brother planets, brother sibling, if you will. So you know what I mean? Like they also work intergalactically because it's all one brotherhood anyway. Yeah. So there's like a galactic council of light, right? Well, we know this, but there's a galactic council of light whose concern it is to govern and do whatever they do for different planetary bodies. And there's like a buddy.
Say Ashtar.
The Sasquatch sitting at that table, because that is really a great visualization. That there's a big Chewbacca sitting at the table talking about, down on Earth, this is what they're doing, this is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, and interestingly, it's like they're not there as frequently. It's like their call to duty there is almost, okay, just to put it in this isn't literal, this is just metaphoric. It's like they show up annually. You know what I mean? Like, where's the, maybe, yeah, the council, the rest of the council are there, monthly or quarterly or whatever. You know, like they aren't necessarily there all the time. They come and they are present. Got it. I don't know, they're a very interesting lot, these Sasquatch. So benevolent, so gentle and strong. Okay, well, we're talking about aerial energy, aren't we? You know what I mean? Like gentle and strong and sensitive. Yes. Yeah. So the journey that I just had last weekend, I was in a demonstration. My hypnotherapist mentor, and she's a teacher at the college. I TA'd for her class, and then so she used me as a demo and did a journey where she facilitated me. And that was pretty deep.
It's really cool
to be able to go really deep on basically Delta. You can do that and speak when someone is facilitating you. So I don't remember all of it perfectly, but there was a point where she took me into this crystal cave and stuff, and there were 3 different trunks, and it was like one trunk was just some kind of spring of life. The next trunk was like treasure, and I was like super not interested in it, but it was kind of like, you need that, you gotta try to find a way to inspire it. And the third one, I opened the trunk, and a big Sasquatch came out, and he was so beautiful. He had masculine energy, and his hair is like.
She desperately wants to fuck the big Sasquatch. Oh my god.
My hair was really soft and like downy soft, and he was also kind of luminous. So he wasn't totally in his own. It was like he was almost physical, but he was in a more trans-dimensional form because he was luminous with light as well. And he was saying, just sing the song of being or something along those lines. I'm saying that now because of what he just told me. But he was saying do it just for the being of it and to just observe. And
I'm
you
so
can send
glad
that
I
song
was
basically like a
right.
dynamic prayer. Anytime you even observe something that
Also,
is
he was a hologram.
Suffering. You can send the song of being to it and then continue to just celebrate, and that is purpose. Being is purpose is being. He was so lovely, and I haven't seen him in that form in a while. He actually feels like he's new, not the same one I'm talking to who's over here with me right now. A different one. Well, I don't know about everybody else out there, but I want to have an encounter with a Sasquatch. I'll take it telepathically at first, but I mean, I definitely do just because.
See, they do sell special
I
class.
Have deep work that I want to do, just aligning to the crystalline grid and some things that I.
The fuck? Why are there so many grids? Why are there so many grids, guys?
Some personal things that I want to do just around nature, liberation frequency, and earth energy for myself, and also because it's such a transmuting energy, allows me to fine tune in the 3. I'm getting too crazy, but in the 3D allows me to fine tune by working with the 1D, the 0D energy, and so I really feel called to do that right now in my life.
The 0D energy. What 0D does to a woman.
This is the time to call in a Sasquatch guide, or at least just open the invitation. And did you know that this also works with aliens? Like if you want to have an encounter with an alien, you really just need to have that intention and be very clear about it, and then just express that. And of course, come into it with you attract what you are. So if you come into wanting an encounter with an alien and you're very service to self and very selfish, well, you will attract an encounter with a selfish type of an alien. But if you come into it with a high frequency, high vibration for the highest and best outcome, then you will attract an interdimensional or an alien that is a match for that. So it works with aliens, and I hope it works with Sasquatch.
All right, I want an encounter with Ashtar. I need him. Ashtar, let's meet.
I will intentionally do that, and I will report back. Yeah, I want to just tell you that my Sasquatch who's been working with me for a while, he's giving prayers and he's bowing his head and he's saying thank you.
Oh my god, I kind of want to make a grinder profile for Ashtar. That would be so funny.
you, and he's sending so many prayers and blessings and songs of being to everyone who's connecting with this. And so he's telling me also, if you put out an invitation with an open, earnest, and respectful heart, that you absolutely will have an encounter at least with Sasquatch, a Sasquatch who is attuned to you.
Like the first picture on his Grindr profile would be would be the classic, this one, right? Obviously. And then his second picture could be this one. And then obviously his third picture is Hunky Ashtar, because you gotta have a torso pic. Oh my god. Yeah, like obviously this is his first picture. And then this is his second picture. And then his third picture is Hunky Ashtar. You just... Oh, it's great. Oh, and this would be his fourth picture. Yes. Oh. Oh, okay. Hunky Ashtar is actually canon. I didn't know that. What the fuck? Zaire is a blue Syrian I met while astral projecting. God fucking damn it. Okay, alright.
That would be because your open and earnest heart is the matching of the Gaia heart. And so they would absolutely have at least an encounter. And perhaps that would be opening up the relationship of the guardianship that they've already been working with you on that you just haven't been conscious of yet. So, okay, yeah, that's good.
I love it. This podcast was so fun. I love talking. I especially love talking about things that I don't have a really big frame of reference around, and just to learn.
Say something about the pyramids.
Subject. So thank you so much for letting me ask you this question.
Oh, thank you. And all your interesting questions inside. Because I don't know the lore. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, I follow all that stuff. But what I also want to do is just kind of open it up to the listeners and to the viewers as well. Like, if you have any listener stories, or if you have any insights around Sasquatch or the subject matter that we're talking about, please consider sending us an email, giving us a.
Oh man. Yeah, they don't get a whole lot of views. Alright. Okay. We're gonna take a look at these ladies at a later date. We'll just drop this into the Discord. And I also want to drop this into the Discord. And we're gonna go into those at a later date. Oh boy. Oh, is that Ashtar? Jesus is here. Oh, goody. Alright, we're gonna look into whatever the fuck that is. And I will see you guys on the next stream. Thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun. I think you guys had a lot of fun. And we'll do another one maybe tomorrow. Maybe Saturday. But it's gonna